Yep. All right. It's game day. It's game time. The Cleveland Browns versus the New England Patriots. Will this Browns offense without Odell pass the test of the Patriots secondary? Will they be able to produce points without Nicholas Chubb and literally any other starting running back that they have? A lot of questions going into this game. We'll find out a lot of answers at the end of it. But how are you guys doing? I'm Quincy Carrier. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And real quick, before the game starts, I want to get some thumbs up in chat if you can hear me good and do I look good. Well, does the video look good? Everything, check out. Let me know. I need some thumbs in chat.
Introducing High-Low, FanDuel's new free game. Just pick the teams you think will score the highest and lowest in 4 categories for a chance to win $1 million. Here to make their weekly picks are Phil and Boomer.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Alrighty. We good.
And for the low, I'm taking the Jets, who have the NFL's 30th ranked rushing offense.
It pains me to say it, but good picks, Phil. I'm going to focus on.
I'm on Twitch too. I didn't even intend to do that.
They're rested and coming off of a bye and ready to go against the struggling Washington defense.
All right.
After the low, I'm going to go with the Lions. I think it will be tough for Detroit to get going against T.J. Watt and that Steeler defense at Heinz Field.
It's not too late. Make your picks for a shot at our $1 million grand prize. You've still got about 15 minutes to enter. Just go to FanDuel.com/high-low.
Does anybody know who won the coin toss? Whose ball is going to be?
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football
All right, so that's Twitch.
It's tight in the AFC in general. AFC North got a little tighter after the Thursday night result down in South Florida. And in the AFC East, New England is knocking on the door with
All right.
at 5-3.
Had to change some settings on Twitch.
Bills last week against Jacksonville, New England.
And they're kicking it off. The Browns going to get the ball to start the game here.
Season 1-3. New England won the toss. They have deferred to the second half.
250 people already here. Please make sure you hit that like button. And if you're not following me and you're watching on Twitch, follow me on Twitch as well.
Scored 83 points in their last 2 road games. Meanwhile, Bill Belichick's squad still looking for consistency here at home. 1-4, but 4-0 on the road. And maybe a sign of
I wonder if the Browns officially changed their default uniform to the orange pants yet,
Stefanski and the Browns have to be prepared.
instead of it technically being an alternate. It feels like they have. All right, ball's kicked off. Again, no Demetric Felton to return kick, so it's going to be Anthony Schwartz, and you have to imagine Donovan Peoples-Jones going to make a return at punt return, and Brown's going to be down about the 15-yard line here. Baker Mayfield's going to make his way out there. Last time he played in Foxborough, it was a disaster. There were 3 turnovers in the first quarter, and the game never really got going from there, hoping for a better showing today. That was in, 2019? Browns going to start here at the, 17-yard line. Dearness Johnson out back. Patriots going to flat that line out. Ball handed off. Dearness Johnson going to cut inside, get about 4. He's going to get a push and a good run there to open up the game.
Pushes his way across with Dante Hightower. First man to get there. It's a 5-yard pickup for Cleveland. Why are they so confident in running the football? Well, it's this group, this offensive line. Wills, Patonio.
All right, Baker in the empty set. Drops back. Zoom the camera out, please. Throws over the middle. Has his man. That's going to be a first down. And it's Austin Hooper for the Cleveland Browns there. Again, that's going to be something that I thought that the Browns would have to attack a lot today, would be that tight end matchup against these linebackers. Linebackers are really good against the run, not that great against coverage. Browns going to go over top in the middle. Oh, almost had a seam shot, but just not there. I think he was looking for to get a call. Nice to see the Browns going to take some shots early on as that was a downfield throw.
Number 11 in the NFL.
2nd and 10 here.
Running around last week, 8 different receivers in that lopsided win at Cincinnati.
By the way, if you're new to watching the Patriots, their best pass rusher, somebody familiar, Matt Judon, number 9 with the bright red sleeves. They're going to move him around a lot to see if he can get pressure. Brown's going to motion Harrison Bryant into fullback position. This is going to be a run. Dearness Johnson going to get a good chunk here, and that's going to be 10 yards for a first down.
Every time he's gotten the call, he has delivered for Cleveland.
Nice.
You know how good this team is on the ground with Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt.
And somebody's hurt.
And we have
It looks like in that secondary for,
Jalen Mills.
looks like he hurt his hand. Might have got his hand caught somewhere in the tackle.
Heads to the sideline for New England.
Hopefully he's all right.
Joanne Williams, third year from Vanderbilt, would step in. Appears to be that left arm.
Now their best corner
Eagle Jalen
is
Mills.
J.C. Jackson, I
First
believe.
down for Cleveland.
Patriots fortunate on that substitution that Joanne Williams has elevated his play in the last few ball games.
All right, 1st and 10 here, Browns.
Starting to play much better out on the corner.
Start this drive at the 15, now about at the 37.
Number 2 rushing team in the NFL behind
Single back. Baker going to play action, boot, throw. Has Harrison Bryant for another first down, and the Browns will get close to midfield.
as he crosses midfield.
Boy, I did not think that was going to be completed. The way that came out the hand of Baker.
Based on personnel, they all
Right, he goes across, nice little sneak action there for the tight end, and it was like a kind of high arcing pass that Baker threw in there. It's a good touch, good reach by Harrison Bryant as well to get there. And again, the Browns are going to really try to use this triple tight end, 12 personnel set often and early. We have one-on-one coverage up top of your screen between Peoples-Jones and J.C. Jackson. 1st and 10. Baker going to hand this off to Dearness. Dearness going to break free. Dearness is loose. Dearness Johnson, man. He gets it all the way to the 30 as the Browns are threatening to score here. And Dearness again, man. He's so malleable. He can squeeze his body into any hole, and his balance is so good that, he can stay on his feet. He's one of those guys that play really well, but you can tell by how they play why they weren't highly sought after in the draft. Whoa. That has to be on the Browns, right? If he's going to be that aggressive with it.
once again today.
But,
Flag is thrown.
okay, there you go. There you go.
Number 98. 5-yard penalty.
I believe that's the guy from the meme where it's like the quarterback is a runner, therefore he's allowed to be hitting the head. The Baker Mayfield one.
Guilty party, inauspicious start defensively here.
But yeah, Dearness just is so malleable, and his skill set's not anything they test for in the pre-draft process. So it makes sense that he would just fly under the radar. But you give a guy like that a chance to play some real football, he might surprise you, right? And that's what Dearness has been since he's been in Cleveland, honestly, for about 3 years. 1st and 5 for the Browns, 1 yard outside the 20. Going to hand this ball off to Dearness, and he's going to get this into the end zone. Almost. Oh, 2 yards. Got stopped at the 2 yard line. Dearness Johnson, wow.
And turns Johnson loose for 19.
Watch Wyatt tell
And well, they just paid the guards. And this is one of the guys they paid, Michael Stone. That man is going to play himself into a starting role and get some great money. I hope so. Dearness Johnson just one of the more wholesome stories in football. Hopefully the Browns can continue to drive and score here and finish this drive out. Oh, they got a wildcat going on. 2 fullbacks. And Johnny Stanton gets stood up. Yeah, I don't. Okay. What are you doing? What was that? It's one of those plays. You're a genius if it works. You look kind of dumb if it doesn't. 2 fullbacks, right? The ideal is you're just going to get as much power up the middle as you can. I just think Johnny Stanton misreads this a little bit, decides to run straight in to the center, thinking that they're going to get the push there. He probably should have went off tackle. 2nd and goal here.
And maybe we'll see Brian Hill, who they signed this week.
I wouldn't be surprised they went play action here.
Johnson to the backfield.
And they go play action roll. Baker throws, touchdown. Oh, David dropped it.
Ball is dropped. Now Jericho had it on his hands.
What are you doing, Dave?
Brad Freeman, the back judge, was all over the place.
Oh, David.
Plays. You see Njoku
And he gets the
bringing
ball.
the end zone wide open. Does he have it long enough?
He might have had it long enough.
When Njoku caught the ball, he didn't grasp it.
Yeah, you might want to look at that.
Running forcefully. That allowed Adrian Phillips to get in there. Watch the left hand. Brad Freeman
Yeah, it's something you can't really review.
that to count as a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Punch it in. 3rd and goal, opening drive for Cleveland. Mayfield looking. Mayfield.
Oh, almost threw an intercepted.
Devin McCourty.
Golly, the red zone issues still exist.
And this is good defense by New England because they forced Baker Mayfield to go to his 3rd read. He was coming out on a sprint play to his left, and he had 2 receivers breaking to the outside of the end zone. When they weren't open, he came back to the cutter across.
It looks like he lost McCourty there. It was dangerous. They're going to go for it. It sounds like they're going for it.
When we asked Kevin Stefanski about 4th down last night, he said, I don't like short field goals.
Yeah. And they're 7 of 18 on 4th down, but he still doesn't want to change what he does.
Get set.
Aggressive here.
Instead of a chip shot, they're going for it. Mayfield.
Got it.
Austin Hooper, touchdown, Cleveland. Outstanding grab in the back of the end zone.
Nice. Nice, Austin.
That he put on to start the play. Talking about Austin Hooper to create just
There we go.
Mayfield to rifle it in. And look at it right over the top. Ends up double catching
Wow.
it.
Yeah, you got it.
Both feet down over Adrian Phillips. He had enough room and separation that he was able to double catch
Yeah, you got it.
the ball. And Phillips wasn't able to punch this one out as he was able to do with Njoku.
Yep.
You get that bobble initially. If that ball is moving as he's falling to the ground, that could have been in jeopardy of no score, but he secured it.
All right, good first drive.
Both feet down.
As the Browns kick the field goal and make the extra point.
Laughlin right down the middle.
Good first drive.
Browns,
Good
Marshall,
first drive.
84 yards. Stefanski decides to go for it on 4th down. He trusts his quarterback, who then trusts his tight end.
4th down, going for it, 4th and 2. And what do you know? I know everybody on TV, hey, Baker had a good game. Hey, man, and Baker didn't do anything. The running game was everything last week. Even though, let's talk about how they weirdly parse out these Baker Mayfield stats if you've watched, right? Baker is the only quarterback I know where people care about where his production goes as far as a position group, right? Because they'll talk about Baker Mayfield's numbers. Well, one throw was a 70-yard touchdown, which he completed, and then which was a deep ball downfield. And the other one was, he wasn't throwing a tight end. He wasn't throwing to wide receivers, right? I've only seen Baker Mayfield be criticized for what his production is to wide receivers versus tight ends. I don't understand that one, right? Where people just parse it out. But hey, 4th and 2 and you trust your quarterback and he bails you out. Justin Trimble, who says, not one goal line play for Johnson. Glad we scored, but they should have kept feeding Johnson. Yeah. I don't know how they feel about Johnson as a goal line running back, right? Like, we might not know if he's just not a great goal line running back. But yeah, probably would have liked to see a carry out there. I don't know if he was tired. He did carry a lot of that drive there. And he doesn't, remember, they're going to have to manage how they use Dearness Johnson because he's the only running back they have right now. So you can't just, pound him in there, give him 14 carries like you would with Kareem Hunt when you have Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, because you can then run Nick Chubb tired, right? Just give him the 5 carries in a row and then the 3 goal line carries, and then you're fine on the next drive because you can just put Kareem Hunt in. Browns don't have that option. They got to manage the stamina of their one running back that they have right now that's actually on the team. Everybody else is just kind of picked up because of emergency. So, yeah, there you go. Hey, man. I don't care how you do it. I don't care how many downs it takes. You got to score in the red zone, and that's what the Browns did. This is a step in the right direction. Again, how many games have we seen the Browns march down the field and not score in that situation or not convert the fourth down? This is a step in the right direction as far as this season goes, because that's been one of the things that's been an issue all year. Now we're back watching the game.
It is only one drive, but the MO of the New England Patriots, take away what you do best. Cleveland was able to stay with what they do best, at least for the first drive, establish their own.
We're going to see Mac Jones, Heisman candidate last year, former Alabama quarterback. This Patriots offense is going to be led by their offensive line unit as the ball's going to be kicked off here, and they're going to start around the 15, similar to where the Browns did. Ooh, a little bit of a roll up there on the pile. But Mac Jones, former University of Alabama quarterback, put up some good numbers. I think he's serviceable. I think he's a good quarterback. They're really led by what this offensive line can do, and that's going to be the matchup you're going to want to keep your eyes on. Are they going to let Myles Garrett get one-on-one? Are they that confident in their offensive line? And if so, can Myles Garrett win one-on-one? We're going to see here on the first play here. It's going to be a run up the middle, and the Browns are going to swarm to that. Again, the Patriots, they can run the ball if you let their offensive line get going. Taki, one of the better run defenders in the league there for the tackle.
Offensive line, the return of Trent Brown. So big key for New England. They had gotten things settled down at the offensive line with O'Reilly at right tackle. They move it back to left guard. Don't be surprised, though, if you might see a rotation.
Nelson Aguilar, Jacoby Myers is really their favorite option here in this offense. You're going to see a lot of Jacoby Myers here. Double fake reverse around, and it's a screen that gets eaten up still by the Cleveland Browns defensive line. Clowney there to make the first initial contact, and then the linebacker swooped in to finish the play. It'll be 3rd and 8. Third down, though, this is the issue the Browns defense has had all year. Third down's been the sore spot of what has been a pretty good defensive year if you look at the stats. JOK is back too, which should make a difference. He's been on injured reserve the last 3.5 weeks. He's the Browns' best coverage linebacker. It looks like there's some confusion on where they should line up. Hopefully they settled it. JOK going to be blitzing over center. No, he's going to stay in the slot. They're going to throw here. Oh, and he finds a soft spot in the zone. Gets the ball to the 30-yard line. Yeah, they took advantage there and guessed right that the Browns were going to either blitz or not be able to leak back into their zone in time, as he threw right over the spot where JOK would have lined up if they weren't trying to disguise the blitz. It's a good eye, good play, good read by Mac Jones there to get that immediately. They're going to do a little end around. It's going to be stopped by Malcolm Smith there at the 4. And we almost have 500 people here. Make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well. More likes, please. I need the likes. All right, Brown's going to be getting in the backfield there to force another 3rd and long. And get off the field here.
It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. NFL Today update. Let's go to New York. JD and Coach.
I wonder if this defense has forced like the most 3rd downs in the league, if that's a stat you can look at. Ooh. Hey, man, the block punt is one of the most, like, it'll take the energy out of you, right? Ugh, and they convert again. 3rd down, man.
Across the 40, big hit from Delpit. It is enough for a first down for New England.
And if you're going to go across the middle and work this short passing game, you have to be prepared to take those pops across the middle, as you pointed out. Troy Hill, number 23, played so well.
Delpit okay?
Last week. He was the initial tackle, and Grant Delpit, who they're very excited about. Second year at LSU, 20 kills last year. They're expecting to see more plays like that from him. Nice job by Myers holding on.
Line of scrimmage, 42. Running play, Stevenson squeezes through.
Ooh.
Out near midfield.
Somebody could have got hurt there on that roll.
Holding. Offense number 69.
Push him back.
Fair penalty. First down.
That is the veteran, two-time Super Bowl champion, Shaq Mason, called on the hold.
Tim looking at the big screen.
Every time I see a 38 with dreads, I just think of
right there.
Steven Jackson.
Tim, and he's trying to control him.
Now, was that Steven Jackson? What's his name?
Number 96.
Running back for the Green Bay, not the Green Bay Packers. Running back for the Rams when they were in St. Louis.
Continue to mix and match and keep those guys fresh.
Is that Tommy Togiai out there?
We have Myles Garrett there. You got Jadeveon Clowney. McDowell and Jackson have also played.
Double reverse, end around, and it's going to get yardage. They ran the same play.
Takes it across the 45. Excellent acceleration by Kendrick Bourne for 15 yards.
And you notice which direction they brought it back against? The side that Myles Garrett normally would occupy. Because what they want to do with Jadeveon Clowney, who wears 90, and have Joe Jackson was in number 91 that play, and Garrett 95, they want occupy. They want their minds occupied as well as their bodies. They want to chip them when they're going out on routes. They want to cut them when they're throwing three-step drops. They want to run reverses and draws and screens to slow down their pass rush. Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator, getting that done.
Yeah, that was sloppy.
There's a hole. Stevenson.
It's not good.
He gets hit from behind.
It's not good what's happening in the middle of the defense.
Stevenson for 9 yards.
So far, this game's playing out about like all these coordinators expected, isn't it? It's going to be tough in the trenches.
Walker gets the wrong gap on that.
Both teams are going to want to run the football. Both of them are northern teams built for November, December, January football. And here in the early going, both playing to that level.
Stevenson remains in there. Fake the pitch.
Play action.
Looks downfield. Nice touch on it. And he hits Aguilar. Yeah, that's one thing that has stood out from Mac Jones. You might get some young quarterbacks. They're now fresh in the NFL. They feel the need to really fire it in there. Fastball after fastball. He's got good touch. He picks and chooses his speeds when necessary.
Certainly does. Doesn't have the monster arm to begin with, but more than enough arm to throw the fastball when necessary. But you're exactly right about how he regulates speed, understands touch. And on that play, he really wanted the crossing route across the middle. Wasn't there.
All right, Patriots have the ball at the 34. Oh, and not for long. So they get to the ball to the 20 as they're starting to move on the run game here. Browns backup defensive line not holding up well at all.
20-yard line for 13 yards.
And it looks like they're going to switch that out. They've been trying to run their second unit, and they're just getting pushed. They're just getting pushed and put around all up the middle. And starters back out. It looks different. Be about 2nd and 7.
Kept churning for 4 yards. What has Josh McDaniels done with this offense as this season has progressed?
Well, what the biggest thing is they really started to solidify the offensive line. You remember when we saw them a few weeks ago, that was their best 5 at that time. Now you bring back Trent Brown, another road grader at right tackle. That's where you start. The second part is they got the running.
All right.
And so these power runs, gap schemes that he's doing. So when you put that
2nd and 6 here.
protecting a young quarterback, because now he's not throwing.
So where you really want to squeeze them off the field.
Today out with a shoulder injury. So Matt Lacoste is out as another tight end. He's in there right now. 2nd down and 6.
Oh, Miles is loose. Miles is there.
Goes down.
13.
Jones sacked.
13 for Myles Garrett.
How are you going to stop him?
They didn't even block him. That's why you don't go one-on-one with Myles Garrett. Jason Peters did that same thing earlier this year, and it made no sense when he did it. I don't know why that dude thought that was a good strategy. I'm not familiar with that technique right there.
He just progressed right past him and ended up jumping on the quarterback.
That's the exact same thing Jason Peters did when he gave up 4.5 sacks against the Browns.
Derek said we really believe
Third and 13. Browns got to get off the field here. They're going to run a screen pass. Oh, shit, they got it.
Bolden has room. Bolden inside the 5. The catch and run. Karras and Andrews providing a push up front.
Ugh.
On a 3rd and 13, they turn it into a 20-yard pass play.
Got to be better on third down than this.
Watch is going to come upfield. On the edge,
They bit on that screen hard.
back into the area.
They bit. Browns went aggressive. They had the right play call there for the slip screen. They bit hard. First and goal here.
Third most completions to running backs in the NFL this season.
Oh, damn.
And stamped. He was not going to run through Togiai, the rookie from Ohio.
Is that Tommy Togiai?
With a stamp.
Nah, that was Mac Wilson.
But look at he got Togiai, number 93.
Mac Wilson exploded through that gap.
There are a lot of white shirts in the hole there.
Second and goal here.
So a double-digit drive for Cleveland to open up. New England now on its 15th play of its opening drive. They've used up 9.5 minutes off the clock.
They can go empty.
Second and goal.
His trips with no safety coverage over top. They're going to throw it up, and they got it.
A perfect find. Hunter Henry.
All right. Both teams had the same exact drive against each other.
Every single week, Henry seems to find the end zone.
Watch Henry, essentially, it's an inside fade because you have Jacoby Myers skate the line of scrimmage, number 16, and occupy the defender and keep him short. Then you allow Henry to release from inside.
Oh, wait. Let's get another look at that.
In a matchup that they like against
Oh, damn, man. Them photographers just be getting murdered over there.
You described earlier, Ryan, put 6 points on the board.
And speaking of 6 of 6 for Matt Jones. 56.
All right, man. Tie game.
Veteran knocks it through.
Thank you guys. 600 of you guys watching right now. Make sure you hit that like button as well.
Hunter Henry got a fresh start in New England. He said it's pushed him as a player, mentally and physically. He is delivering every week.
Now, again, we do this every time with, like, the first drive. First drives this year, especially versus the Browns defense, have been one of those areas where, like, teams have been able to do stuff. But we have seen it before where, like, a team would have an excellent first drive versus the Browns because they're scripting everything and they know exactly where to go and all the game plan stuff. But then after that first drive, it really doesn't look the same for them as it had for that first drive. So sometimes that happens with this team where, like, the first drive just looks good and then the rest of the drives won't. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go check on some of the other game going on in the AFC North as the Bengals are on a bye week. So it's just the Steelers playing against the Lions. It's Mason Rudolph, actually, against the Lions right now. Let's go check that out. It's on commercial, too. Yeah, it's on commercial. Yeah, whatever it is on third down, that's the weak link. It's got to get fixed, right? Because this defense has got to third down. I mean, that was a long-ass drive they forced there for the Patriots. But, you know, it's just you need to get off the field on third down. That's the biggest thing, right? All right. It's the first drive. We'll see what the Browns' second drive looks like as we get back to the game.
You always have a choice, and you have a very important one to make.
The new FBI, Tuesday, 8/7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Macy's. Give, love, believe. Tostitos, the official chip and dip of the NFL. And by King Richard, in theaters and on HBO Max Friday.
Patriots march down the field. 15 plays, 83 yards. Henry, the 3-yard touchdown reception. That's 6 in his last 7 games. Mac Jones, perfect on the possession.
Remember the old days when coaches talked about playing a game in a phone booth, you know, tight, constricted? That's
Anthony Schwartz back to return here for the Browns. Going to get their second try right before the end of the first.
And for New England tight ends and receivers,
Oh, it's going to get caught by M.J. Stewart.
M.J. Stewart, one of the up men.
Slot corner.
Brought down just short of the 30-yard line on the return by
The Browns get about the 30-yard line, so good position there.
So Mac Jones hooking up with Hunter Henry to get New England on the board. 18 seconds to play in this first quarter.
When you run the football like that, the quarters fly, don't they? Both sides, effective running it, keeping the ball on the ground. Jalen Mills back on the field, number 2 for New England at the corner. He went off earlier with what appeared to be a hand injury.
I was going to run the ball with Dearness. Dearness going to cut back 4 front, sideways, side to side, and get 4.
Kyle Van Noy went down low to deal with Johnson.
And they're going to let this run out, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
This locker room believes in Johnson. His teammates love him. He's done everything right. And getting a shot here today because of the Nick Chubb.
Let's go look at the Steelers game while we're on commercial break.
You know, the Ravens slipped to 6-3 after that terrific defensive performance Thursday night by the Dolphins. Good enough for the first down at the Steeler 40. Harris remains the back.
Lions look awful, man. Jeez.
That's McLeod with a first down at the 41 of Detroit. These receivers are running open in the Detroit secondary.
Yeah, it's a design too. There's
Yep. Yeah, Mason Rudolph's in right now for Pittsburgh. I think Ben got a positive test.
Formation, and you can see right there, he's already got the separation from Amani Oruwariye
Tip ball.
at the quarterback position.
Third catch of the game for McLeod already. Cody White is active, and so is Steven Sims, by the way. Called up to back up Johnson and James Washington. Quick pass.
Oof.
Knocked down right away is Johnson. Amani Oruwariye with a big-time play. Of course, played his college ball at Penn State.
Didn't the Lions spend like a top 5 pick on Jeffrey Okudah, right? Has he played for them yet?
Released to him, and Amani Oruwariye recognizes it immediately, gets up and makes a tackle.
Let me switch games back.
It usually says somebody has to have the hard hat, wear it on our. This week, everybody's.
Yeah, let me look up Jeffrey Okudah. Oh, he's just been hurt the last 2 years? Whew. That's unfortunate, man. I don't think he's played for them yet. Like in a regular season game, I think he might have like 3 active games under him. Let me look. Damn, man. This man has not played a lot of football. That's unfortunate. All right, we're back.
Men and women into the United States military for both of you. And Mike, I'll start with you. What's it mean to have that opportunity in this venue in front of all these people?
Yeah, well, in Foxborough, it's special to be here, certainly today, and especially when we're celebrating this weekend for our veterans. But it's absolutely inspiring to bring a new generation of Patriots aboard into the United States Navy, United States Army, serving our country and taking advantage of all the opportunities that the military gives them. Yeah, I'd just like to thank all those who serve, especially our veterans who have served in harm's way. And
All right, we're back here. Baker going to start this drive out. Well, 2nd and 7 here.
We are the land of the free. What does it mean to be able to
They're going to
be in
put,
this venue a couple days removed
who's that in the backfield? Oh, JoJo Natson. Jeez, drop ball right there. It's 3rd and 7.
We'd like to thank the Kraft family and the Patriots organization for recognizing these great servicemen that serve and for our veterans. It's reassuring to get this kind of support in this venue for our servicemen and women.
And lastly, this is probably as nice as it's going to be in a football stadium because in a few weeks, we got Army Navy.
All right, it's third down.
It's not going to be all smiles between you two, I imagine.
Third and 7.
Because we will be smiling when we're winning.
Baker out and empty. You have to believe they're going to go look at Jarvis here, right? No, they're going to go down the field the other way, and he throws a pick 6.
Intercepted. Mayfield has it picked off by Kyle Duggar. And the Patriots
Come on, Bake.
continue to produce on the defensive side of the ball.
That's exactly what you can't do with the Patriots. That's how they beat you, is they beat you with their defense and getting those turnovers. Ugh. That wasn't even a good ball.
And then he got his head back towards the quarterback to see the ball coming and able to make a play on it. That's double coverage Baker Mayfield essentially was throwing into.
They fooled him into that one. And you worried about that. It's face mask, by the way. But all right, make up for it. Y'all make up for it, Baker. Hopefully defense can limit this to a field goal. They won't. All right, yep. All right, man. Make up for that.
Well, that's Patriots football. You get the pick, and on the very next play, you run it down their throat.
And it's not just the big guys being physical. Watch number 1, N'Keal Harry. Wide receiver takes Myles Garrett and washes him down inside, which allows the big guys to get out and run and clear a path for Ramondre.
Is that a block in the back?
Who, where there's not a path, he will make one at 246 pounds, the rookie out of Oklahoma.
Stevenson, a loser.
All right, man. That was bad.
Originally, and the patience as well. Yeah, he knows. You gotta.
Yeah, just Baker got fooled into an interception there. I think that's what happened on that play. That's Belichick for you. What's going on in this Lions game? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, they are very muddy yards inside there. It's not going to look pretty, but you're going to look up and it's going to be 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, and we refer to those as the muddy runs, the dirty runs, and that's definitely something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure what happened there on that play was pre-snap. They just confused them. I mean, that's what Bill Belichick does. That's my biggest worry about this defense, was how well Belichick can disguise things and hide things and make you do things that look bad, like throwing the double coverage, because you think it's going to be one thing, but it ends up being the other. It's Bill Belichick's specialty.
Daring or thoughtful, sensitive or strong. Progress isn't either or. Progress is everything.
This one's for every NFL fan who showed up with a tray of buffalo wings but was only left with carrots and celery. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
All right, let me go get something to eat.
Better shouldn't have to cost more. At Verizon, plans start at just $35. And if you're not a customer, we'll help cover the cost to switch. Everyone gets $1,000 when they join.
Offer ends November 17th.
At Target, shopping has never been easier. Use same-day delivery, free order pickup, or free drive-up, and leave with your holidays in the bag. Order today, get it today at Target.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV Stream. Get your TV together. And by Audi and the all-new fully electric RS e-tron GT.
Well, certainly, if you're in the Foxborough area, you got to check out the home
Great time.
with the Patriots. It's growing because there are new members every year, because there are a lot of guys that have established themselves as Hall of Fame level players in Patriot uniforms, and Part of the reason why is because of plays like that. Interception, Duggar, touchdown. Stevenson, Schwartz the return. And he runs into a wall.
Hey, man, Schwartz should just take that thing in the end zone and knee it.
Makes the play.
Flag on play.
So after a tremendous opening drive, Cleveland now finds themselves in a 7-point hole after the pick by Mayfield.
Holding, receiving team number 36. Penalties from the spot of the foul. First down.
MJ Stewart, who was just activated off.
All right, let's get active.
Inside the NFL is now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus. Get expert insight, exclusive commentary from the hardest hitting team in the game, including James Brown, Phil Simms, Brandon Marshall, Ray Lewis, Michael Irvin, and Julian Edelman. Stream new episodes of the Emmy Award-winning series Tuesdays at 9:30 Eastern.
Single back formation.
Speaking of Patriots Hall of Fame,
Brown's going to
Another one
shift out.
in the not too distant future, Julian Edelman.
3 tight ends in this formation: Hooper, Njoku, and Bryant. Mayfield to throw it on first down.
First pass to Jarvis. Is Jarvis going to get loose there? First down. Good stuff.
He's starting to turn the corner, but
Good stuff.
I have to admit, it's affecting him Monday through Saturday. He can't go through the normal prep that he's accustomed to.
Even change his diet to try and reduce inflammation so that he can be ready to play each and every week. These 3 tight ends you keep referring to, notice how they use them in spread formations, tight formations. They like to keep them on the field at all times.
Mayfield to throw it on first
Across the
down.
middle. Hoop. First down. All right, let's get going.
After the catch for a first down of 11. Hightower and Bentley there defensively. NFL Today update. JB, Coach Keller.
Early surprise in Landover. Yeah, Washington football team, Taylor Heineke.
Oh, my goodness. This Taylor Heineke thing, it ain't going away anytime soon, is it, huh?
Already thrown 2 interceptions.
This Heineke hive is not going anywhere.
Back to Ian Eagle.
And JB, nothing is that shocking anymore week in and week out in the NFL.
JB threw it to you without an interception.
No, there's no pick.
No, he takes care of the throw.
Well played. He's got a perfect quarterback.
Clean. But you remember that playoff game they had last year? Washington gave all they wanted.
Austin Hooper had to come to the sideline.
Yeah, it looks like Hoop was bleeding.
Pitch is in there in front of Dearness Johnson. First down just short of the 35. Handoff. Johnson gets away.
Wow, how did he get back to the 1 yard?
Judon, though, does his job, slows him down, and they hold him to a gain of 1.
Yeah, the first play there, I think, was Jawan Bentley, number 8. I think he filled that hole quickly, allowed Judon to close quickly as well. But he was able to get in there to take a look at Austin Hooper. When he went down, I saw him coming up, tugging on his face mask a little bit. Watch this play here. Right there. You see Bentley 8 stuck in the hole, and then the rest of the guys swarm. And as you know, that Judon, Christian Barmore able to get him.
All right, 2nd and 9 here.
2nd and 9 now for Cleveland from the 35.
Browns go empty.
Johnson exits the backfield. They'll go with a 5-receiver look. Mayfield.
Down the field. Oh.
Too high, overcooked it to Peoples-Jones.
I like giving them the chance there on the ball.
6'2", 204. They've been raving about his development in year 2, what he did with his body, trimming down, adding strength, adding speed.
And look, they're not afraid to go against the
Just a half second off on both sides there.
JC Jackson, but you have to hit plays. Because if you go at them being aggressive, that's fine. You got to win your share of those battles. They'll simply continue to test JC Jackson on the corner.
Now it's a 3rd and 9. 6 defensive backs here for New England. 12:38 to go in the first half. Jump. Mayfield.
Free play.
They're going to get the free play to the outside and caught at the 40-yard line. Quickly brought down Njoku. 2 flags on the play. 1 near side, 1
Looks
far
like
side.
Belichick's angry.
And company to deal with.
Coach Belichick not happy with Josh Uche. Immediately motioned him over for a quick word. He might have identified him as the culprit.
Offside. Defense number 95. 5-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot. Remains 3rd down.
Daniel Aquale, former Brown.
I think he really meant 55. I think he meant Uche.
I say he wasn't even on the field.
Jump first. Yep. Look at Baker. He knew he had one, but wasn't able to convert that free play into a bigger win as quarterback.
All right, 3rd and 4.
So it turns into a 3rd and 4 from the 40-yard line. Ocean Man Schwartz. They stack them to one side. Mayfield on 3rd down. Deep shot down.
Oh, Baker.
Picked off. It would have been J.C. Jackson's 6th of the year. And the rookie from Auburn, Schwartz, the intended receiver.
You haven't.
Love to play man-to-man defense, and they locked down on this one. Second time on this drive, they tested J.C. Jackson. Fortunate that ball wasn't picked
Would
off.
not test J.C. Jackson with Anthony Schwartz.
Anthony Schwartz that was in position to take that one the other way. I think Baker wanted maybe something a little bit different out of his receiver, but they are fortunate.
Yeah, there's always frustration whenever he's throwing to Anthony Schwartz because Anthony Schwartz ain't. This is like the 3rd time where you've seen Baker like, oh, get there. Watch your feet, watch your feet, watch your feet, watch your feet. Oh, nice. Yeah, there's been like 3 times where Baker's been visibly frustrated with the wide receiver this year. Like all 3 of those times have been with Anthony Schwartz about not being in the right spot or not running the right route or not knowing where he's supposed to be. It's unfortunate. We knew he was a developmental project, though. You know, he's just forced to be out there too early.
Number 33. Correction. Number 33 of the receiving team. My mistake. That foul will be enforced. Half of this is the goal. 1st down. Timeout.
How quickly you can go from being cheered by 65 left
Well,
to being booed.
But it turned on it fast.
they're going to be at the half-yard line when we come back from this one.
This crazy suit gonna give me an edge?
Oh, yeah. Huge edge. Invisibility gives you.
Oh, the Lions have tied it up versus the Steelers. Wouldn't that be a gift?
It's a multi-flex tailgate. It can be a step.
Look at Cam. I just wish more people knew
No.
how easy it was to get health coverage. I'm only paying $52 a month, but there are quality plans for even less.
My job doesn't offer health insurance, but with the new law, I found an affordable plan and only paid $47 a month.
Actually, a friend of mine recommended healthcare.gov, and now we're paying less than $60 a month for coverage.
I was skeptical at first, but it is real. I'm covered with no monthly payment.
New law, lower prices, more people qualify at healthcare.gov.
There's nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can see.
Dallas just scored. That's cool. I'm pretty sure I can. Oh, come on. Get down. Get down. Sorry, I'm arguing with my cat. Come on. All right, the trucking fish says Baker Mayfield too inconsistent to be a good quarterback, tired of all the excuses. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, trucking fish. I don't know if he's too inconsistent. It's just been an up and down, first half. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, there have been far more inconsistent quarterbacks out there than Baker Mayfield. I mean, Jay Cutler's entire career exists. Who else was there? I'm trying to think of his name. Testaverde was super inconsistent.
There's no doubt we are home.
Man, I don't know when was the last time I was like, yo, there's a show on network TV that I need to watch. It's usually like on cable or something. Or on streaming. All right, we're back.
Well, the New England Patriots, very deep in their own territory. You can't get any deeper. They open up short of the 1-yard line with Stevenson in the backfield.
Yeah, they're going to try to get the Browns to hop.
from him as he picks up 5 yards straight up.
They do not blow the whistle anymore on these run plays.
On first down from inside the 1.
Oh wow, he just squeezed through.
When they said, "Hey, we can't get through the outs like that," he said, "We will either find a way or we will make one." Ramondre Stevenson makes one with his 246, as I've noted a couple of times. Gets low center of gravity, and great force with his legs getting through the hole.
Hannibal, huh? Yeah. Was that a People magazine? If it wasn't a People magazine, I didn't read it.
That is the Dennis on.
Yeah, 2nd and 5.
We got a super chat here from Asking the Right Questions. Would like to see a few more screens. We do well with those. I agree.
Lions. Yeah, I love when you talk running game, Charles Davis. How about Jamar Jefferson right here? Speaking of running game, 28 yards out. The Detroit Lions looking for the first win. Tie up Pittsburgh Steelers.
What's going on with the Lions?
CD talking about Hannibal destroying 2 Roman armies. My gosh, back to Iron Eagle.
Damn, man, they have had 4 0-8 starts. Oh, they got the edge. And they got some more.
Spun out just short of the 30-yard line. 18 yards. Look at New England creating space inside then outside for the Pats.
Yeah, and they were able to get guys in.
Again, caught them in a blitz. Caught the Browns being aggressive.
Throughout this game, that ball's been handed inside, as you noted. Ramondre Stevenson taking it inside the guards. This time they show that and then flip it to the sideline and get the big guys out in front.
1st and 10.
J.J. Taylor now in. Delayed handoff to Taylor at 5'6", 185. It looked like Stevenson could be a no-go this week because of the concussion that he suffered last week.
2nd down here.
Harris is inactive because of the concussion, but he worked his way through protocol. It appeared that it was going to be Bolden and Taylor having the lion's share of the responsibility. Stevenson healthy, and he's been a major factor. 10 carries.
Both the Malik's out there, Miles and Clowney.
1 reception.
Well, no, it's not Clowney on the other side, but it is Miles.
14-7. Taylor.
All right, about 3rd and 6.
Written down by Joe Jackson. 2.5, 3 yards on the play.
Myles Garrett trots back out on the field with Jadeveon Clowney. Both of them off on the last 2 snaps. Now this big 3rd down coming up with a chance to rush the passer. Throughout this game, though, I think New England and Josh McDaniels offensive coordinator done a nice job.
Yeah, I think they want the Browns to blitz here, be aggressive. They're going to try to go around it. I wouldn't be surprised if they drop either Clowney or Miles in coverage to disguise something.
19.8% of the time. That's 26th in the NFL. Step up. Jones.
Jeez, get off the field on 3rd down.
Kendrick Bourne. He was not going to go down. They had to whistle him down. It's enough for a first down. 11-yard hookup against Troy Hill.
And this is New England saying, look to the right side of your screen. There's a double on Garrett. We're going to chip off of him. What they're saying is you're not going to wreck our offense. We're going to give ourselves a chance if we occupy 95. And because he does so, Mac Jones puts it right in there for Kendrick Bourne.
And the offensive line was the big selling point for this Patriots offense.
Patriots on the move again. Jones sets.
Oh, Miles almost forced the strip sack. Doing the double coverage, though.
Too far for Aguilar. 2 defenders back there. Delpit and Johnson.
Like him taking the shot, though, to keep things loose. Look to the left side of your screen. Watch N'Keal Harry, number 1, the wide receiver. He pins down on Myles Garrett. There, they get rid of the ball a lot quicker because they're running the screen to Myles Garrett's side. And then how about this? Ball's out of Mac Jones' hands so quickly, Myles Garrett can't have an effect on the play. Every way possible to try and tamp down that pass rush. Josh McDaniels, the New England offense, giving it a try.
2nd and 10. Jones, delayed give to Taylor.
There you go.
And he's brought down immediately after.
Just get off the field now.
Walker. And talking to Mac Jones, we asked him about what kind of quarterbacks did you like growing up? And he said, I tended to like the gunslingers. Brett Favre came to mind. He'd stay up, watch night games even after his bedtime. He would tell his parents Francis going to sleep.
Go to school tired.
Yeah, go to school tired. I think the statute of limitations are up.
39. Get off the field. Get off the field. Get off the field. Get off the field.
Around him now.
Parents, he stayed up and watched.
Third down and 9. Shotgun for Jones.
Yeah, they dropped in coverage this time. Jeez. It's like we can cover every down except for third. Because the coverage just falls apart there, whether it's man or zone. That was man right there. Still broke down.
Throwing that in the perfect spot for Jacoby Myers to fade to the sideline away from the coverage of the rookie Greg Newsome, who played an excellent game last week against Cincinnati. That young man out of Northwestern has great physical gifts. And Myers beats him to the sideline, and the pass finishes off an excellent play.
Bolden in there. New England in business inside the Cleveland 30. Handoff. Bolden. Solid run across the 25. I bring up the gunslinger story because it's not necessarily the persona that we connect Mac Jones with, yet it might be closer to his personality than we think.
In other words,
2nd and 5.
He wants that to come out, but in high school he played for a man named Courtney Rogers at the Bowl School of Jacksonville. He played for Nick Saban. He spoke for Bill Belichick. They're not gunslinger type of coaches, okay? That's not going to come out. Now, we'll see more of that as he develops, but right now, just don't turn it over.
Oh, great catch. Oh, my God. How? How did you do that?
Mac Jones is dealing.
Seriously. How did you knock over the ball with Greg?
And that throw, as close to gunslinger as we're getting from Mac Jones right now, because he takes the shot in tight coverage. It's double covered.
Move.
He trusts his receiver, and he trusts his arm and where he's going to place the football. They tell him, whatever you do, don't turn this thing over. But if you take that shot, you better be sure. He was sure, confident, and decisive.
Extra point is good from Fulk.
Well, you've done everything. Well, you've done everything you didn't want to do. Throw interception, allow 2 touchdowns. Down by 14.
Climbing the ladder for the score, and Mac Jones showing the emotion, rightfully so. He's 9 of 10 for $117 and 2 touchdowns.
Now you got to make a comeback.
There's no better feeling than a win. Except the better GM win.
And the Steelers just scored. Nope. Steelers did not score.
The call on the rookie.
Dan Moore, your left tackle, working against Trey Flowers. It's one of those, in my opinion, it's beyond the play. And we talk about this all the time, right? I mean, it's hard for me to see Olden because I did a lot of the same thing that Dan Moore did right there and got away with it.
The best things America makes.
First and goal, Rudolph, well protected. At the 12, Matt Fryermuth.
Well, we need signs of life from this Browns offense again. I'd love to get it right here.
Bandwagoneer, proudly assembled in America. We knew no object would ever rank with the
Winning streak on the line for the Steelers. Chance to go to the top of the AFC North with a win. And the Lions may be their best chance in a while to pick up their first victory of the season coming off the bye week. Nearing the 6-minute mark of the first half. A 2nd and goal. Penalty backed them up, but they got some of it back. So we're from the 11-yard line. Kalen Balazs had checked in before at running back to give Harris a breather. He remains out there. On the move, Johnson has it. Brought down.
Oh, looks like Detroit's going to force a 3rd down here. So we wait for the Browns game to come back.
A.J. Parker on that play because you're getting Deontay Johnson to cross formation. So he's already kind of got you out leveraged getting to the flat. And you're going to see number 41 get in in there right away and make that tackle in the open field.
A.J. Parker, the free agent from Kansas State in that secondary. So Johnson heads over to the sideline. Cody White comes in at one receiver spot. Harris and Steven Sims
timeout.
In his first half for the
All right, Browns get the ball back.
Bailey kicks it off. Schwartz moves forward from the 11 for Cleveland. Schwartz trying to split
There you go, Schwartz.
and gets dropped at the 34. This is when you know that this is a really good team. They recognize someone might be in peril. Our cameraman, Caleb Fisher, backpedals, goes down, and whoop, help him up. Get him up, boys. High fives.
Wow. That's pretty strong right there.
Caleb okay? Yeah, he's okay.
That is really strong.
We got the wave. We got the wave. Everything's good.
Good field position to start this drive out.
It's like the Naval Academy. Ship itself.
Between not being able to stop on third down and dropping Miles in coverage, what do we need to do to start realizing that Joe Woods is a subpar defensive coordinator? I actually thought dropping Miles in coverage was actually the right thing to do. Because if you look at what they've done, they've taken advantage of the aggressiveness, right, the blitzing. So they've been throwing screens right into the blitz. So if you do put Miles in coverage, you can bust one of those screens if you get that play call. So I actually thought that wasn't bad.
Everyone locked up downfield. Not a single white shirt had a chance to spring himself open.
SG says blitz Mac relentlessly. He looks too comfy. They have. Patriots have been calling a good game, though, offensively. Got to give Josh McDaniels his credit. There's a decent run here by Dearness. Gets him 3. Brown's going to have another 3rd and long. Landry getting into a little scuffle.
Who just keeps getting better and better week in, week out for New England. Another Alabama product.
Remember the first drive for Cleveland? How those runs would spring free, even if initially they were stacked. A little bit of hesitation, all of a sudden there'd be a pop and an opening. That has not happened in the last couple possessions. The defensive front for New England closing things down and making it tougher to score through the holes.
3rd down and 8 for Cleveland. Still looking to convert a 3rd down in this first half. Dime package.
Good screen. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, he recovered it. He recovered it.
Chance at it. Uche couldn't jump on it. Van Noy knocked it free, and Johnson goes back to get it to avoid further disaster.
Tremendous teamwork because Matthew Judon forced it.
He didn't even get it forced. He just fumbled it. Come on, Dearness.
Excellent job of combination coverage and teammates working together.
Well, the good news is you can't get benched today, man.
The spot that he vacated, pops the ball free, and Uche dives over a ball that they could have recovered.
It looked like they didn't practice all week. They didn't. I don't think they did practice. I think they might have had like 2 practice. Ooh.
Gillen goes down, no flag, and this time it is handled by Myers, who lost his footing a bit after the contact. Fair catch called for, 40-yard punt. Patriots get it back.
You really can't let them score on this drive.
Gillen, oh, so close. Patriots up 14.
So what he wanted to do was have some lengthy.
Lions held him to the field goal.
6 minutes of time. Big play from the 2-yard line. And a good return out up across the 30. Let's check in with Jared.
Chris, some tough sledding for Jared Goff down here. That injury to his left side of his lower back hip area definitely bothering him. He's been keeping heat on it when he's on the sideline.
Sly says, good thing we got the Lions next week. It's only a 14-point deficit right now.
He is questionable with an ankle injury. We saw him carted off. On the Steelers sideline, Kevin Dotson also carted off. And on their defensive front, Joe Hayden questionable with a foot injury. So as this wintry mix picks up, so are the injuries, Chris.
All right, thank you. All right, and Dotson has now just been declared officially out, and not from the team as Swift carries. And Deep right, swift up across with a push. Beyond the 45-yard line for a first down.
Seconds for beer so fresh, it'll make you... Are you crying? Nope. To the greatest of all times.
50% off everything. Find gifts they'll love. At Savings, you'll love. Celebrate every kiss with K.
Dragon Dot, my soul is being sucked out of my body.
Floor models, demos, or displays. Shopping
Sir.
malls can be a big trigger for young homeowners turning into their parents.
You ever think about the storage operation a place like this must rely on?
No.
They just sell candles and they're making overhead? You know what kind of fish those are?
No.
Don't be coy. Koi fish.
It can be overwhelming. Think a second. Have we seen this trick before?
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save
Man, let me just. I'm tired of him.
Time to take a look at the game snapshot presented by Progressive Insurance. Cleveland got on the board with a touchdown. Mayfield, a hooper, but the Patriots had answers. Henry on the touchdown. The interception by Duggar sets up a touchdown run to Stevenson, and then Jones dropping dimes to Bourne. 21-7. Pats.
All right, man. Big drive, big defensive stand here they need. They're going to stop him here on first down.
Forward progress will get him a yard. Jordan Elliott in there defensively for the Browns. Well, Mac Jones, 9 out of 10 for 17 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And then he passed over 15. Some teams count 15, some teams count 20. Count them as explosives. If it's 20, 3 of those on that graphic.
Last week, fewest completions and passing yards that Jones has had in this is rookie season. Well, 3 minutes to go, first half. Jones.
Okay, third down. Get off the field.
And buried short of the 40-yard line. Owusu Koromoa back on the active roster. They just love his skill set and what he brings. Instinct, speed, physicality. Rookie out of Notre Dame.
And you saw some of that there. Because they both slipped on the turn. He slipped and came up at the same time and able to get the run around the ground before he could get big yardage upfield.
Patriots have been perfect on third down conversion. 6 of 6 in this first half. This is a 5-receiver set on 3rd and 5. Rush coming.
There we go, finally. Oh, my gosh. Is it roughing the passer?
So close to being off of the field on that one. Let's see if it's going to be interference. And if so, could it go?
Pick it up. Please pick this up.
Meaning, was there a rub, as the offense calls it? Old defender like me says it's a pig. It says it's a pick every single time. That's just me.
Pass interference. Defense, number 20. Ball in place to spawn the foul. Automatic. First down.
It is the 26th overall pick in the 2021 draft. Greg Newsome, physical, long corner out of Northwestern.
Okay, yeah, he tugged.
Are just crossing through, and they get Newsome for having his hands on him for too long on the play.
Grabbed the jersey just as the ball was getting there.
He had an excellent game in Cincinnati last week. I did Newsome. So far in this game, a little more of a struggle.
Oh, good play by Clowney. Jeez. Oh, no, it was Ronnie Harrison.
Down immediately by Ronnie Harrison, another one of those talented guys in the secondary.
They'll run this down to the 2-minute.
Nice call by Joe Woods, the defensive coordinator. He's seen these runs, and he said, you know something? I'm going to take a gamble. You're going to run it here on first down. Brought the run blitz with a strong safety and ran him right into the tackle.
Patriots are going to let this one go down to the 2-minute warning, and we're going to step aside with the facts.
Bud Light Seltzer Retro Title. The loudest.
All right, man. Need to stop him on this set of downs. Yeah, we need to stop here. Ugh.
Highlights of Washington upset brewing at home there against the Buccaneers. And we'll keep you updated on that New England-Cleveland game. 2-minute warning, Lions at the 35. Loyal Steeler fans looking on. All 3 timeouts for each team. Nelson, the key.
Hey there, you getting some gas? I just using.
We're talking about to keep the big guys, the run game going. Goff has only attempted 6 passes. Here's another run to Swift.
Things are looking interesting there in Pittsburgh
USAA presents this
versus the Lions.
The roar of supersonic F-16 fighting Falcons and the array of other military aircraft used during flyovers are the highlight of NFL pregame activities. These powerful and awe-inspiring displays represent an aerial salute to military members past and present. To all who have served, the NFL and USAA say thank you. See how USAA honors and protects our military at salutetoservice.com.
What are you doing?
Watching Sheldon struggle with homework.
That's Bill Ponderosa.
On Duty of the Sheldon, Thursday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Salute to Service is the
Aye, man.
effort to honor,
Get off
empower,
the field
and
here.
our nation's service members, veterans, and their families. Learn about the NFL's work with its long-standing military and veteran nonprofit partners by visiting NFL.com/salute. Second and 11 here for New England. Under 2 minutes to go now in this first half. 201 yards for the Pats. Making sure everybody's on the same page. Running play, Stevenson. Bouncing. Diving. Across the 40, it's a first down. Mason and Owenu for 16 yards.
And remember, the Patriots get the ball at the start of the half too, so you really can't. They can't score here.
Ike noticed the alignment of the defensive tackles. Nobody in the inside gaps. Checked to a play and got it to him.
U.S. Navy Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Mike Gilday, in attendance with Patriots owner Robert Kraft, team president Jonathan Kraft. The Patriots' commitment to Salute to Service has been amazing through the years. Kendrick Bourne.
They're not setting the edge at all today.
He's got a first down across the 30-yard line for 11. We've seen a little bit of everything from New England so far. Ronnie Harrison shaken up on the play and heads to the sideline for Cleveland.
Yeah, good luck getting a type on Josh McDaniels in his play calling here in the first half. He's got it mixed up so well, occupying those defensive ends to tamp down their pass rush and making sure that they're getting those good power runs inside with an offensive line that's really come together over the last 4 ball games.
I asked Hunter Henry, how's it been playing for McDaniels? He said, oh, he's a genius. That was it. That's all he needed to say. He said he's learned so much and he's grown because of the coaches and their guidance. Temple, Stevenson.
Yeah, force a field goal. Force a field goal.
Anthony Walker Jr. That's 8 yards on the catch and run for the running back. Coming up, Verizon halftime report. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Coward. NFL scores and highlights all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. Jones, quick snap. Quick toss to the outside, handled by Myers. Ducks out of bounds.
Yeah, defense looks bad.
Troy Hill in coverage. That one covers 5 yards for the Pats.
How about the complementary plays that Josh McDaniels is showing us? He shows us the reverse back with Bourne. Then they come back the very next play. Looks like the same play.
Yeah, Max says it's hard to predict this Browns team. They're hot one day, cold the next. Yep. They're hot one drive and cold the next.
The more you're thinking on defense, the less you're reacting and getting after your quarterback.
McDaniels' 18th year with the organization, 2 stints. First down. Jones steps up. Jones caught inside the 5. Hunter Henry.
Just at least tell me it's a hole, right?
This may come back, but Mac Jones climbed that pocket so well.
Illegal use of the hands. Hands to the face. Offense.
It's 15 yards, right?
10-yard penalty. First down.
It is Isaiah Wynn, first-round pick in 2018. He's had his troubles with penalties.
Oh,
during the
jeez.
season.
Yeah.
And of course he had his
Yeah, right now, I mean, like, let's not forget, since they had that outbreak at the facility, they have not practiced, and that's really what this team looks like, a team that has not practiced all week on both sides of the ball.
In our conversation with Bill Belichick, he was asked last 3 games, what's changed? He said a lot of little things, stacking good days together, practicing together as time has gone on. It's helped with the execution and situational football on Sundays.
There you go. Good play by A-Walk.
He spun down, and Hill actually got kicked in the head. Timeout call. Patriots have 2 remaining.
Charge timeout. New England. This will be a 30-second timeout.
When you're driving a Lincoln, stress seems to evaporate into thin air, which leaves us to wonder, where does it go? Does it get tangled up in knots?
Cam says this is some of the most uninspired football we've seen in years. I wouldn't. Did you see the Cardinals game, bro? Yeah, that was a lot worse than this.
I would have liked that play call on 3rd down instead of the tight end screen. And now the field goal team comes out. I didn't like that play call because we talked about getting into that run rhythm, and they came down the field with Matt Nelson.
And the Lions tied this thing up with the Steelers before halftime, or at least they're going to try to.
Tight end screen, and it didn't fit for me in that situation. I like that play call there. I would have liked to have seen that on the down before.
Well, maybe because they're going to receive the football to start the second half. Pittsburgh will be kicking off to the Lions. So let's just, from the Lion standpoint, Dan Campbell, let's just get the tie. Well, the last 30 minutes trying to get this first win. Ryan Santoso, again, had been with the team when they played Baltimore earlier. He's 1 for 1 as a Lion making a field goal here. Austin Seibert had the hip injury and is inactive. And he ties the...
Yeah, the Lions tied up with the Steelers. Nicole with a $5 super chat. Appreciate that, Nicole.
Smart dog. With Farmer's Crash Assist, our signal app can tell when you've been in a crash and can send help if you want it.
Got another $5 super chat from Chosen Cartel, who says can't get off the field on the 3rd down. Story of the defense. Mm-hmm.
Premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. And AARP members get exclusive discounts. Magnificent! Switch to Consumer Cellular today and get $100.
Go to NFLShop.com for a special offer.
Back at Gillette Stadium, the 20th season as the home of the New England Patriots. On that play, Brandon Bolden, his knee hit the helmet of Troy Hill as he was going down.
Let's get off the field here. 2nd and 19.
They had to walk it off a little bit, needed a moment to himself and put his helmet back on. And New England now facing a 2nd and 19 with 29 seconds to go, first half. Jones on a give. Stevenson brought down at the 20-yard line. Mac Wilson combining with Walker. Picks up 5. Timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this.
And we're back to commercial.
Progressive presents
At Home with Baker Mayfield. All right. Well, I don't think New England's going to really try to get this first down. So they're going to settle for the field goal, it looks like. See what our coaches are made of in the second half because they'll look like they're getting smoked. Yeah. Appreciate the super chat, Sly. All right.
6 of 6 on third down today. They were 7 of 7 against Buffalo in November of 07. All part of the situation of football that we discussed, running out the clock like
They're
they
going
did
trips left.
against Los Angeles, getting 3 points here and there, hidden points. And that pass is knocked down.
Wait. It was an incomplete pass, right?
He takes it all the way, but the ball hit the ground.
Yeah, the ball hit the ground. It wasn't a fumble. Cold Game with the $2 super chat. Thank you.
And they had
A forward pass deflected at the line of scrimmage. Fourth down.
and they had Clowney and Garrett together on the same side. They
Yeah.
were working Clowney inside on a game, and Garrett gets upfield.
Good play, Miles.
Quarterback, but affects the play anyway by getting a hand on the football.
So now the field goal unit will come on for New England with Folk.
Game clock operator, can you please put 20 seconds
He's still in the league.
Yes, very nicely.
He did. And he threw a please in there.
No, 2 pleases, and you're welcome. 2 pleases and a thank you. John Hussey.
Civility.
Class act.
It's not dead.
38-yard attempt for Nick Folk.
Jeez, Miles.
Drives it through and adds to the New
All right.
England lead.
All right, you're still fine.
With 17 seconds.
Things are going to have to change really quickly on the defensive side of the ball at the halftime. But, all right.
With the help of Tostitos, I'm telling one lucky fan like Steve.
They would have went up 21, and then you would have, yeah, that would have been an issue. But this is all right. You can deal with this.
Our retirement plan with Voya keeps me moving forward.
Get started at chime.com.
What does it feel like to
AB says, my bad, y'all. Forgot to put my lucky jersey on. We'll be fine after the second half now. Okay, you got the lucky jersey on. I guess it's. I guess we about to change it up.
show you things you've never seen before?
We're about to hit some new.
To get the time report.
Ooh.
Patriots trying to extend this to a 4-game winning streak. It's always a party atmosphere here at Gillette Stadium, One Patriot Place, opened back in 2002.
Just think how everything's grown in around it, where the stadium is its own community now, not just a stadium.
Yeah, just used to be the stadium. Now there's a mall, there's a hotel, there's a lot going on. Kelly kicks it off to Schwartz.
Oh.
Move, major collision. Schwartz got tattooed by Duggar.
Oh, that's a helmet-to-helmet hit.
How many times do you hear from people all the time about the rule changes, the good things that they're doing for safety? It's not like the old days with the hit. You want to bet?
Yeah.
People are still getting hit out here. Okay. We just saw it.
Yeah, they're going to check on Schwartz. Rightfully so. That was a major hit.
And clean. You know, the way you want it done. Head didn't have to be involved in that one at all.
Line of scrimmage is the 23. 10 seconds left. Mayfield, as he throws.
He got it out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. Dietrich Wise charted out of there.
Second down.
And that could have been utter turmoil.
I am shocked that went out of bounds.
So they determined that a fumble, not a forward pass, it would be incomplete. Wise gets to him.
Was that a Ford fumble?
Control at the end of that one to get that one out. It wasn't a total empty hand. I can understand
Okay.
why the call was made.
Yeah, just take this into that.
Of the second quarter.
So these two teams will head to the locker room.
Damn Q.
Taking control after the initial.
We the pack this week. What the hell? We'll see how this game goes.
4-7 at the break. Halftime is next.
Still a whole lot of football to be left.
Highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone, you just end up
All right.
with it? I don't think so.
What's the halftime entertainment?
Phone for a shiny new one. You break it.
Put on this Bills game.
Still plenty of clock, 60 seconds. Allen's pass incomplete.
Ray Rag says.
Direction of Diggs. C.J. Mosley was there for the Jets. C.J. Mosley almost caught him one.
This is the kind of performance on both sides of the ball that gets someone fired, whether it's players or coaches, if they don't play better.
Takes the type of depth that he takes on his drops, but has the ability to come up and make tackles in the run game.
Brandon Eccles is the injured Jet, so the Jets are going to be charged with a timeout here. 61 seconds left. Touched on the injuries that they've had to contend with on the back end. Of course, the big one to Marcus May suffered the season-ending Achilles tear last week.
Yeah, and you think about LaMarcus Joyner in week 1, their other safety that they lost. A lot of injuries at the beginning of the season for this Jets defense.
Concern now on Eccles. We'll break back in 30 seconds.
I'm legendary quarterback Tony Romo, and with the help of Tostitos, I'm telling one lucky fan like Steve all the football-y stuff they need to.
To Taylor eluding defenders and brought down at the 17-yard line. And a timeout is called.
All right, so it was a sloppy half of football for the Cleveland Browns, both sides of the ball. They had a really good drive to start the game, but other than that, and there's been nothing there. I don't know why it's been this sloppy. It just hasn't looked good. Baker threw an interception, virtually a pick six. I mean, it got stopped at like the 2-yard line, but they scored on the next play, so he basically threw a pick six here. And they've been in a hole since then. I mean, that's the extra 7 points right there that puts you down, what, instead of it being 10, it's 17? It's not a great day here for the Browns passing game. Run game's been all right, but, now you're down by like 17. The run game's going to go away. So, it's going to be up to Baker to bring it back into this game. And we'll see if he can. He's dug you in this hole, so hopefully he can dig you out of it. Defensively, it's been bad on third down especially. I mean, it's almost impressive that a defense can continue to get to third down as much as the Browns defense does and then blows third down like every time. Like that is one thing, right? It's one thing if your defense blows and you can't get the third down and okay, the defense just stinks. The Browns defense does this thing where they're good enough to get the third down all the time, and then they just can't finish the drive off, right? They can't get them off the field. It's honestly like the Browns offense, right, where they get into the red zone all the time. It's just they don't finish the drives off a lot. Coop says, why did the Browns go empty sets despite the run game working? Why are mediocre wide receivers killing us? Joe Woods issue. Okay. Why are they in empty? I mean, that's the game plan. That's what they felt like should work against this defense. I think they're probably going to make an adjustment in that locker room because the game plan has not worked. Why are the mediocre receivers killing us? That's who we got on the roster. And Joe Woods' issue? I don't know. I don't know if it's the play calls defensively. I don't know if it's the players itself just not executing. Clearly something's not working defensively. I don't know what specifically has more to do with the other. I'm just starting to think that the personnel is not as good as we thought coming into the season. On top of many other factors.
The Colts go up 20-6. Carson Wentz in the first half, 11 out of 17 for 88 yards. Jonathan Taylor rushing for 107 yards in the first half. All right, James, you got a rookie quarterback who has struggled today, just 2 for 8. You do have 2 timeouts to work with. How do you play this if you're Jacksonville?
Well, what's your
Got 2 super chats here. One from Jeremy OHIO who says they can get to third and anything and give it up. It's just so bad that there has to be a real fundamental issue. I don't know, man. I hate though. I mean, if it were a fundamental issue, I don't think they would get to third down as often as they were, right? Like if the defense is just fundamentally broken, you wouldn't get to third down often. Like you would know that because like it would be a bunch of big plays, it'd be a bunch of quick scores, fast drives, like that. That's what a broken defense looks like. A fundamentally broken defense looks like. This isn't that. They're not broken from a fundamental standpoint or from a structural standpoint because they execute well on every other play but third down. Then third down comes and it's like they can't cover and they've been in man, zone, whatever concept you think is going to solve the problem on third down. They've been in it and they just don't execute. You know what I mean? Greg Newsome gets beat over the top by a tight end. You know what I mean? Like it's just a bunch of weird stuff happening like that. So I think third down is more of an execution issue because how in the world are they getting the third down this often? Where are your grapes? Man, my cat spilled them on the floor. Thank you for the super chat, Max. Coop says, nah, they open running fine. I meant, why are the Pats wide receivers mediocre wide receivers killing us? Suggest scheme is an issue. Maybe they're not that mediocre because they're beating our corners. Like that's just what's happening. We're like we say scheme blanketly all the time when we talk about the defense. I don't know what that refers to because they've beaten zone and they've beaten man multiple times on third down. Whatever zone, whatever scheme it is that you're advocating for, the people in the chat are advocating for. The Browns have run it on third down. They have not executed. So either the players are not good enough to execute or the Patriots players are just so much better than our secondary. I think it's the defense not executing. And, only so much of that can go on to a coach. Players got to do their job too. Michael Stone says need some Higgins instead of Shorts. They don't play the same position, though. I mean, they're both wide receivers, but they don't serve the same purpose in the passing attack, so I doubt that would happen. I'm not trying to see Rashard Higgins be a deep threat. That's not the life I'm trying to live in. Coop with another super chat. Togiai not have Stanley yet. Only dude who stopped the Pats' interior rush today? Absolutely not true. Togiai's been the reason the Pats been able to run the ball all day. He got one play, but that's it. I know y'all want to make that Togiai thing happen, but he's been part of the problem too. Even my boy J.O.K., he's been a part of the problem on third down. He's been overly aggressive, biting, not setting his edge. All right, let's see. Are they close to back from halftime yet? Steelers game's back. Oh.
Secondary, but the Lions are running the football. DeAndre Swift just picked up 16. And they go back to him on the ground and spinning through a couple of Steelers.
Your logo looks great on products people use and love. Find the perfect products to create meaningful connections at 4imprint.com. 4imprint. For certain.
Meet Tonal, the smartest home gym.
There's a civil war going on in the chat. See, this is what I told people. Everybody want to go one way or the other with this Odell thing, and it was a lot more complicated than that. All right, man. Let's get back to this game. Hopefully, the Browns make a comeback. People can calm down. Yeah, man. All Max is doing is taking what the defense is giving him, and they're giving him a lot. Ask the right questions. Says Baker is playing like hot garbage. Got rid of the run game for no reason. Defense is playing out of sync again. The team has me on the fence as a fan of 20 years. What are you talking about? The team has you on the fence. So you gonna stop being a Browns fan this year because they're so bad? In the last, you've been a fan for 20 years, but this is the team that's so bad they're gonna make you stop watching. You want to say, oh, because they're good now, or because they're not bad, they're going to stress you out more? That's the whole point.
Defense has got to get a stop on this series. Bottom line for them, the way that this Patriots offense clicked in the first half of this game.
And it's going to be J.J. Taylor on the return from the 3. Taylor speeds through and across the 25. And he's brought down there. First half numbers, 247
All right.
yards of offense for New
This would be a great time for 3 and out for the defense to show up.
The turnover turned out to be costly because the Patriots eventually turned it into a
Who got hurt?
We have an injured Brown on special teams as Taylor was making his way on the return.
Oh, he looks really hurt. It's A.J. Green.
The injured Brown as the athletic training staff has made its way over. We'll step aside and come back to Foxborough after this.
Hopefully he's all right.
Ideas are nothing until we make them.
Let me get some more water.
Even the best ideas take passion, perseverance, and determination. Everything we've ever done is nothing compared to what we imagine for the future. Harmony, the power of dreams.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Well, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to say.
Are you kidding me? That's going to be a long
Ugh.
ride home for the defense.
Switch to Geico for more ways to say.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Williams, Wonder Woman. Serena.
This is Togiai's first NFL game. You might be confusing him with another player. No, Togiai's 93, right?
You cannot be serious.
I believe Togiai's 93.
With the best of live and on demand, introducing DirecTV Stream.
She can see us.
Thomas, who says, honestly, I love how fair and balanced you are, Q. That's why I watch, because I get way too emotional about the Browns. Thanks for always staying level. Appreciate that.
This broadcast is copyrighted by
Third down been the death of this team on both sides of the ball, man.
pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL professions is prohibited.
That's good to see him walking.
In the pop-up tent, second year from Oklahoma State, undrafted free agent, was a member of the practice squad.
He got caught in the wedge. Oof.
Right there as Taylor ran on by, got hit in the head.
And did you notice
Detroit is now up, so that's cool. Thank you for that update, Matthew.
that helps with these blows. That's why the mouthpieces are there. Help cushion the blows when you have those. Please put them in.
From the 27-yard line, handoff to Stevenson. Wrestled down after the gain of one. First man there, Taki. And time to check in with Evan Washburn.
Well, and the message from Kevin Stefanski at halftime was pretty simple. We have to be better on third down, both offensively and defensively. Offensively, 0 for 4. Defensively, allowing 6 for 7 from New England. I asked him specifically about style of offense in the second half. Can they lean on that run game to get back in this game? He felt like they can. And talking to Bill Belichick, he expects some of that too.
Justin with the super chat. It's been 35 years. Please talk me off the ledge. The team's 5-4, bro. You watch 0-16. I know this ain't what's gonna get you. My goodness gracious. Let's get a grip.
One last thing, Evan's right. They can lean on their running game, can Cleveland, but it means they have to stop people on defense so they have enough time to lean on the running game.
And maybe it starts right here for the Cleveland Browns on a 3rd and 9 for New England.
Oh, get him. Good play. There you go, Malik. And got off the field. There we go. Let's get the ball and actually do something with it now. Man, he was double teamed. Man. All right, Malik.
Good coverage in the secondary allows him a chance to get home and dump Mac Jones.
There you go. So much better when you get off the field on third down.
Position because look at the roll New England gets.
Catch the ball, punt returners.
Down at the 14.
All right, Baker. Let's make up for a pretty pedestrian first half.
Tonight, you're invited to the concert of a lifetime with Adele, including an exclusive interview with Oprah Winfrey. Adele, one night only. That's tonight on CBS, just for Charles's birthday.
I don't know about you, but my seats are going to be great for that one.
You're going to have a front row seat.
Front row, baby.
New England Patriots, 99 straight wins when leading by 17 points or more at halftime. Second longest streak all time. They're up 24-7, early stages, third quarter. From the 14-yard line, that's where Mayfield and the Browns will operate.
A decent run here by Dearness. He's going to get the ball to about 2nd and 6.
For the undrafted free agent Johnson. Actually played high school football with J.C. Jackson. So you've got that connection today. They go empty once again on 2nd down and 5.
Here you go.
On time to Johnson, first down. And tossed towards the sideline by Jawan Bentley.
Pretty timely what our teammate Evan Washburn brought us in the half about Kevin Stefanski's message. Got to win on third down both ways. Just went on third down there.
1st and 10, empty.
First down for the Cleveland Browns.
Look at the alignment in the secondary. Not trying to show coverage at all. Holding until they move to it.
Mayfield.
There you go. 5. It's going to be 2nd and short.
Receiver. 4th catch of the day for Cleveland. tackled by Dante Hightower. Jamie Collins, by the way, was placed on IR yesterday for New England. As we check in with Evan.
Guys, one other note from the conversation with Bill Belichick. Well, he's been limited due to his health, but also in that first half, he feels like they feed Jarvis Landry in moments like this when they need to get back in the game through the air.
Yeah, Jarvis Landry coming into action, 19 catches, 193 yards. He's got 2 targets today, 1 catch for 11 yards. Dearness Johnson.
All right, it's going to be 3rd and 2.
It's a running start, but takes it right into the crowd for 2. Gottschall collaborating with Adrian Phillips to bring down Johnson.
That's a bread and butter run for the Cleveland Browns, being able to pull either Joel Bitonio 75 or Wyatt Teller 77, their guards. Pull them, fold them around and leading up into a hole. New England having none of it on that last run.
Cleveland, of course, lost a huge weapon this week. And Nick Chubb tested positive for COVID, missed 2 games with a calf injury. And down goes Johnson.
They've been losing the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Perfectly.
This is called trusting your eyes. Ron Bentley sees it, and look at it, just trigger and go. Slithers through the hole there. No one has a chance to block it.
Yeah, they could have ran that thing from under center and it wouldn't have worked too because they just beat him off the line that well.
He just filled that gap.
Them gaps was filled.
Bentley, run stuffer by nature, old school approach, now in his 4th year in the league. Jacoby Myers is the return man at the 30-yard line. Gillen, booming kick. Ball will bounce at the 17 and keep on rolling.
Dude, what is up with all these bounces today, man? Something in the turf.
At the 8. Browns do nothing with that offensive possession and trail by 17.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds. I know Halloween was a few weeks ago, but right now, the big wireless companies are trying to trick you into signing long, expensive contracts. Ooh, scary.
All right, let's go check in on this Lions game. Well, Lions are up.
That first flag is that an offside? And then they offset if it is offensive pass interference.
There are fouls by both teams, and they will offset. Offside.
Yeah, that drive, they were moving well. I mean, they were doing some stuff with the short passing game in that drive. They were moving well. And in the run game, guys stuffed the last two plays, which really ended that drive, unfortunately.
There's the flinch into the neutral zone right there. So now you've got that free play. So take a shot into the end zone. And you've got the hands on the back by Deontay Johnson. We know how much it's raining. That outside part of the field does not have a lot of grass. So maybe a little bit of slip there, but it's chaotic.
Benny Snell with a carry.
Go back and take a look at right there. It's good position by Jerry Jacobs. You get the push there, the feet slide out.
Rudolph frustrated. Benny Snell stays in. As the back. Awkward looking snap, but no flag for the end zone.
Oh.
Oruwariye on the defensive side against James Washington.
Up the line.
Oruwariye on the defensive side against James Washington.
I know you want to have confidence in your guys to make plays on the football, but Mason Rudolph is really lucky that this was not intercepted in the end zone by Oruwariye. He's in perfect position, plays it fantastic, and that's all James Washington preventing that interception right there. That's not a good decision by Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, Washington had to play defense. Oruwariye mentioned again 3 interceptions.
Services. Well represented.
All right, we back. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. They're pinned back within their own 10.
With a 24-7 lead over the Browns. Mac Jones, 13 of 16, now 14 of 17. He feeds it to Aguilar, walking the tightrope along the sideline for a first down. pushed out by Denzel Ward.
Remember at the top of the game, we talked about a number of the attributes of Mac Jones. We talked about his touch. We've seen that on display. What a beautiful ball to Jacoby Myers. And when it's time to rip it, how about the touchdown throw to Kendrick Bourne between two Cleveland Browns? Just let it rip right down the middle. Had the confidence to let it go. Safety couldn't get over in time.
250 yards for the Patriots.
Sly says Stefanski has been overthinking all year.
Back to the ground game. Stevenson. Push from behind. And takes
There's
it to
something
the
going on with it.
23-yard line for 5. Baker Mayfield, 8 of 16 for just 51 yards through the air. Mac Jones, 144 yards and a couple of touchdowns.
You know, in play style, they're very similar to each other in terms of operating off of a heavy run game. You know, a little bit of boot
Let's get this third down here.
Personality is a little bit more similar than people think. Jones is a little more fiery than people know.
7 and 5, Jones.
Jeez.
Excellent extension and a catch made by Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry played with Philip Rivers.
Well, got the mismatch there. Mac Wilson on the linebacker, on the tight end, yeah. Took advantage of it.
Back-to-back, rookie with Jones.
Rookie, and did we just talk about the touch and the ball placement of Mac Jones? We just saw it there. Excellent catch by
It's a
Hunter
great
Henry.
catch by Hunter Henry.
How about where that ball was placed for him to extend and get it? I think he's going to come alive, Ryan. I'm talking about Hunter Henry. We'll see more of these types of plays from him as the season goes on, not just touchdown catches.
Hand off to Brandon Bolden. Bolden takes it into Cleveland territory. Pick your poison. Mac Jones operating downfield and then back to the ground game with either Stevenson
Goodness
or
gracious.
Bolden both have been effective.
Watch this offensive front go to work. We get a double right there with Andrews and Karras.
Jordan Elliott completely blows his assignment.
Bolden is off to the races. Don't think for a second that this New England offensive line doesn't have a little pride too. What if they heard all week long about Cleveland's offensive line?
If not the best unit in the league, it's right up there.
Joe Bitonio just got paid. Wyatt Teller just got paid. Hey, what about us? We're not bad either. You're trying to show it today.
Bolden remains in there. Jones dump it off to him. Bolden, great cut. Bolden accelerates for another New England first down. A whiff by Walker. Bolden makes him pay. And the Patriots get 18 on the screen pass.
And who did they screen again? It's not just one person, but it's to Myles Garrett's side. They want him to have that pass rush upfield, that Isaiah Wynn take him upfield,
Jeez, man.
to the corner, and throw inside of him. Now he's out of the play, and a gap.
They need a turnover.
The Patriots take full advantage of it yet again.
And they've been rotating now with Stevenson back in there. Motion man is Henry. First down at the 19. Jones, plenty of time, puts a pass to the outside.
Good job, Taki.
Stevenson doesn't go down on first contact, but a second round ranges over to make the play. No gain.
You mentioned earlier about the young quarterbacks, and you know they want to show off their arm. And here we have Mac Jones with a great touch.
2nd and 10. I think what Patriots are at the 30.
They have a play that's called, like we call a shot play, downfield. They're going to throw it downfield almost no matter what. Did you notice there on this one? It wasn't there. It wasn't there. Check it down, take the completion, never go broke putting that money in the bank.
Mac Jones, we asked him about the development so far.
Yeah, it's been happening all day. The edge has not been set all day. They have been overly aggressive.
Senior year of high school, I changed. I wasn't the same guy freshman year of college, senior year of college. Officials get in between the two teams. I changed. I evolved. I don't expect to be the same guy.
I'm getting caught in those traps all day.
I just know that I got a lot to learn.
And it's already starting to happen. That evolution, isn't it? And we talked about how they wanted to occupy those defensive ends. And they brought in 71, Michael Winu to be the eligible blocker. This time, they occupied Jadeveon Clowney on the backside on that reverse.
Yeah, that's about how it's been all day. That's about how it's been all day.
All day for the Patriots.
Ugh.
8 plays, 92 yards.
And they brought in a Wenu, number 71. He gets one of the key blocks. Jakob Johnson, number 47, the fullback, leading up into the hole. But this ball game, this Patriots offensive line,
Yeah, it looked like a team that couldn't practice.
with authority and presence. 167 rushing yards in this game. Cleveland came in after 160 themselves, only 68 thus far.
Extra point delivered by Folk.
Slides like Kevin wishes he could run reverses like that. He probably does in practice. Browns is not setting the edge, being too aggressive. Now, that is a scheme thing. That's a Joe Woods issue, right? Because they know how to set the edge. It's just, that's not the game plan. And it's being exploited all day. And the fact that there's been no adjustment is, bad. So, there that is. All right, well. See what happens. See if you get some quick scores on offense. Maybe you get a turnover. You can pull one out of a hat here, but it's looking real rough for the Browns right now. Best what they can hope for too is that Detroit pulls this upset over Pittsburgh, and you don't really lose anything as far as the division comes. You don't gain anything, but you don't lose anything. This what this gonna be, by the way, chat, the whole year. If Baker has a good game, y'all just gonna be like talking about Odell. Or if Baker has a bad game, y'all gonna be talking about Odell. Still. Like, let that man go. He don't play for you no more. Good, whether you like him or not. Whether you defending him or don't defend him. He's not on the team. Let that man go. Y'all don't have to hold this the whole year. Whoa, what is this? Miles is looking like a clown with these screens. What's he supposed to do? And I'm blocking.
Lead 31-7. Remember what part of the narrative was? Well, they can't get it done at home for some reason. Yeah, they can. They can. They're 4-0 on the road. They're 1-4 at home. They have wins over the Jets twice, victory over Houston, Carolina, and the win a couple of weeks ago against the Chargers.
Oh, get loose.
The return man. Breaks one tackle, comes up short of the 30-yard line.
Show some life.
Tap out today, Ramondre Stevenson getting the lion's share of carries, filling the shoes of Damian Harris, who came into today's action with touchdowns in 5 straight games. Stevenson, much more than filling those shoes right now. Finding the end zone twice, but so impressive in his running in this ballgame.
Ramondre Stevenson also suffered a head injury last week, made it through protocol to be a part of the action. Did not have any reps in practice this week. First down for Cleveland, deep hole. Mayfield over the middle, hits Dearness Johnson. It's 9 yards. Downstairs to Evan.
Guys, something that stood out field level with Stevenson too. Ball security, guys. He has that thing wrapped up whenever he's in traffic, and we know early in the season that was an issue. He was a healthy scratch for 3 games.
Yeah, that's a great point. He was not in the
Second and 1.
point where Taylor was, he felt on active duty.
He called against Miami, sat out the next 3, as Evan just noted. inactive the next couple. They will get their message across about ball security. It's a nice pickup there, Evan.
And remember, no James White. He's on IR with a hip injury. He would have played a huge role in a game like this.
And in tutoring the young runners behind him, bringing them along.
Shotgun. Mayfield, swing pass, caught by Johnson, and met there by 3 Patriot players, including Duggar. Let's give Evan a pop for the work that he did on the NFL Today. Terrific chat.
Second down here.
And Matt Judon on the
Well, yeah. Cowboys, after getting beat randomly by the Denver Broncos like bad last week, are just beating the snot out the Falcons.
You mentioned a little while ago about the schedule, not getting it done at home, who they beat along the way. See what happens here.
Baker held the ball too long on that one. What was that? There was time to get rid of it. Yeah, this is what's going to be, huh?
People were talking about this New England team. Could they
just one of them games.
That's starting to happen. Guy pushes the pocket, 93. He's there first. Dietrich Wise, number 91, helps finish things off. I'd say going to Los Angeles and beating the Chargers counts. Carolina got off to a 3-0 start. That counts last week. What they're doing right now with Cleveland.
Mayfield has to get rid of it. Low pass caught by Njoku. And took an extra shove along the sideline from Jackson. Mayfield.
Oh, they got a lifeline there. That's good. Dietrich Wise there from Arkansas.
Good block there on Barmore by Treader, but after the ball is gone, there's Wise.
What a bag weight call.
Baker Mayfield, and look, he just helped get a sack the play before. Sometimes you come back a little extra vigor on the next play, ends up getting flagged for that one.
So they're going to place the football at the New England 40-yard line. The 26th all-time meeting between these two clubs. Cleveland 13-12 against the Patriots. But they won the last 3 meetings.
Oh, come on, man. Just a drop.
Everything that they did well last week against Cincinnati, when it all clicked and all came together, it's not happening today here in Foxborough.
An apt description, because this is one you got to have. And it's not even one where you can say you felt the pressure or the presence of a defender. They're always out on the field, but in that one, that's wide open in NFL parlance. There wasn't even a guy there to make a play on the ball.
All right, man, 2nd and 10.
David Njoku let an opportunity slip through his fingers, literally.
Down to 2:26 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's all New England, 31-7. Mayfield off his back foot, nearly picked off. He was trying to hit Johnson on the play.
And Baker's hurt.
And Matt Judon with the hit on
he's
Mayfield.
all right.
He is slow to get up.
It's that foot.
And he's been battling through so many different things. Torn labrum, broken humerus in his left shoulder, foot injury that you detailed at the top of the show. And here's Judon, ball's getting rid of. Timing's good. Less than the 2 steps to put Mayfield down, but this young man's been playing hurt for a long time.
Nobody ever questions his toughness. Everybody around the team knows what he's been dealing with. And Kevin Stefanski said he doesn't complain, ever. Case Keenum is warming up for Cleveland.
Cough, cough, sneeze, sneeze.
Did somebody put in the Arizona game by accident? Like, did they load the Arizona save file? Because this is the same thing that happened in Arizona, man. The same exact thing that happened in Arizona. Up and down season for sure, man. Let's see what happens. Yeah, at this point, just get out of this game healthy as you can.
when they join.
Offer ends November 17th.
So this ranch is staffed with juvenile homicide offenders.
We're from the crime lab.
There's so much blood in such an abnormal pattern. There's a killer signature in there somewhere, Monet.
Almost feels like Baker will have Tim Couch fate here in Cleveland. Why?
If you are with me, let's get to work.
He's much better than Tim Couch ever was.
It's undermining me as a sport for him.
The question with Tim Couch is whether he should start past year 2. The question with Baker is whether he should get paid or not. Like, those are 2 different levels of question.
Tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps.
They are checking out Baker Mayfield in the training tent. It appeared to be a knee issue as he walked gingerly off the field on the hit by Matt Judon. And the 9-year veteran Case Keenum is now in there for Cleveland, facing a 3rd and 10 from the New England 40-yard line. Keenum from the gun.
Yep.
Back at the 49. Judon.
About what it's been. About what it's been all damn day, man.
His previous high was 9.5 sacks with Baltimore in 2018.
Yeah, they chipped him and everything. Didn't do anything though.
No shot. Now tell me where he was supposed to throw the football. Look at the coverage. Covered. No spot for him fitting in there.
And Charles, they're going for it.
Makes sense. I mean, look at the time frame. Nothing done all day.
There's no way they're actually going for this, right?
It's 4th and 19. Keenum flat down, and he's down.
It's a hold.
Patriots bring pressure and get to Keenum.
Offense. That's going to be declined. Yeah, this is going to look pretty bad at the end of the day.
Have a first down going the other way, as he just indicated to John Hussey.
As for Cleveland struggles in the offensive line, a 62-play Kansas. They need Jack Conklin back. Tried the takedown, still got the sack.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's about what it's been since kickoff. Well, since the first drive. That's about what it's been offensively. That is what it's been. By the way, okay, John Hayes, I'm going to read your super chat. Good job, coaching staff. Not only did your game plan suck, you got your QB killed. Fire Joe Woods, and now Q stop defending this coaching staff. I just make a case, a logical case most of the time for something. I'm not about to sit here and scream fire everybody. And those are different channels you can go to. Yeah, man. This one's going to suck. Hopefully you get a good win next week, and then, we'll see what happens with the rest of the year. We'll see. Thank you for the $10, though, John. We'll see what happens for the rest of the year. I'm pretty sure this is already a loss. So he's got to take this one in stride. Hopefully play better next week. Cowboys got blown out by like 30 last week by the Denver Broncos. Not a great team there. This week they blowing out the Falcons by like 30. So it's always on a pattern, man. It's always on a pattern. Brandon says this is a complete team failure. Everyone's fault. Truthfully. AB says, why can't Steph adjust after his scripts fall apart? Granted, execution has been bad, but that's only half the time. The other half, the plays don't work. I would say the execution's worse much more often than the play calls are bad. I'm not saying the play calls are excellent, but the execution's been terrible.
Baker Mayfield back on the Cleveland bench. Patriots take over a 1st and 10 at the Browns 47. Jones shotgun. Jones will throw it, and a flag flies as it bounces off the hand.
They gonna call pass interference because that's about what it's been.
Penalty marker at the 37.
The field judge and back judge with interference.
Pass interference. Defense, number 20.
Yep.
Spot the foul. Automatic. First down.
And the second one on the rookie Greg Newsome. Down to Evan.
Yeah, and at least on the surface, good news here with Baker Mayfield back on the sideline, has his helmet, still walking gingerly with that right leg and right knee. No official injury designation right now. We'll see if he goes back in based off a score and situation, but again, looks to be healthy enough to be back on the sideline.
Yeah, he and Case Keenum are losing the pictures right now. Jones, wide receiver screen, Bourne. Look at him go. Shot out of a cannon. First down, New England. Isaiah Wynn with a block over in that vicinity for 15 yards.
Getting picked apart by screens, man. We are terrible at going downfield. Well, not downfield, downhill, and attacking those screens from a safety position.
18 of 21 for 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. And the Patriots are moving the ball once again at the 22-yard line of Cleveland.
Ray Rag says this is the 3rd time the offense has been bad. Been this bad. It's definitely wrong with this team. Too inconsistent to be a playoff team as of now. Yeah, they need to fix some things. And they ain't going to be able to just wait till the bye week.
Obviously, this is his second stint with New England, so they knew what they were getting in that deal with the Raiders. Won a Super Bowl with the Patriots. Went to the Pro Bowl in 2019. Had signed a big deal with the Raiders. Jump with 7.
I don't even have room to be upset about anything right now. This is what it's been. It's been this all day.
For Cleveland.
Defense number 58.
It's been this all day.
He comes off the field. Jordan Elliott comes in for him.
And again, that's the situational football category. Yep. I'm not even sure New England was going to snap it. End of 3. Patriots with a 31-7 lead at home over the Browns.
It's not 1,000 lights twinkling that makes their holiday special. It's you.
Can't even watch anymore. Just watching your streams. Prop for keeping it on and not ending it. I'm not gonna rage quit a stream.
A million leaves blowing, or 1 gift card gifting.
Thank you for the super chat.
Your mind. Make the holidays yours. The Black Friday prices now through December. At the Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Yeah, man. Ooh.
Stops short of the 20-yard line. It's only 16-13 for the line.
They sleep in nice boots.
It's only 16-13 for the line of unusual players like the rookie Jefferson, injured after the great touchdown run and out of the game.
Yeah, we had some explosive runs, but we had a holding penalty in this one by Najee Harris, so that was changed to a field goal. And a dropped interception right there by Cameron Sutton. An opportunity to keep points off the boards, and we'll see how this one plays out here the rest of the day. But Ryan Santoso.
PlayStation 5 sold for less than $1.
These Bluetooth headphones for $20.
I got these 3.
These commercials be lying so bad.
Go to dealdash.com.
They just said that this girl bought a PlayStation 5 for 50 cents. Right. You can't even buy it at retail. Quincy, seriously, what's with this? What's with this? Oh man. Quincy, seriously, what is this team missing, and why does it happen every other game? I mean, this week, you can blame some of this on them not being able to practice. But they're missing whatever it is that makes them consistent. Because they're not. They're really not consistent.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Muhammad says, after this loss, do we still make the playoffs? It's still possible. Still very possible. They're making it difficult on themselves, more difficult than it has to, but it's still possible. A bunch of these teams are starting to cannibalize each other in the AFC, so you can still make the playoffs, 5-5 at this point, but we'll see.
Looking for more. Stevenson gets the call. Handles the contact and keeps on chugging. Ramondre Stevenson is like a bowling ball.
And if you're Cleveland and you're looking to run defense, which came in number 3 in the league prior to this game, giving up about 85 yards per game on the ground, my concern would be people taking the Pittsburgh tape and this tape about how they've been able to run the ball effectively inside. How do you shore things up when people decide to run it that way?
Stevenson trying to match to the outside.
Oh, there you go.
It was Taki who closed off the area for Cleveland, and a loss of 1 for New England.
If New England scores here,
31, the Browns 7.
a touchdown, there's really no reason for Baker to go back out there. Let's keep him healthy.
Stevenson, 20 carries, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns for the rookie.
What is this camera angle that they're giving us right now?
The intended target.
Did you say this is about the first minus we've seen for Stevenson? And what I mean by minus is on your play sheet, you get graded every ball game. Every guy has a play sheet. Each grade, typically you get a plus or a minus on the play. That might be the first minus he'll get on his grade sheet for this game.
Brandon Bolden is in. Jones operating from the gun.
Oh, got beat off the line of scrimmage. He cooked John Johnson right there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
New England Patriots enjoying some home cooking this afternoon.
Oh, my goodness.
Was Hunter Henry in his route? He stutter stepped, and then he stutter stepped.
Yeah. Let's get the starters off the field. Let's wrap this one up.
Take that move inside and be open for the delivery from Mac Jones.
Done watching the game, man. Just watch your live stream, dude. Love the insight. Keep up the good work. Go Browns. Thank you, David.
There's definitely a standard here, but then he also added, we have a lot of fun in Foxborough. Great group of guys in the locker room, good mix of veterans and youth. They're having fun today, I can tell you that.
This is called momentum. There's no off-season. It's work that builds on itself. Over and over and over again. No perfect.
Well, we asked if they were going to make adjustments. They did not. They didn't make a single adjustment. Well, they made adjustments. The adjustments just weren't effective.
It's the Black Friday sale. Get 30 to 50.
I mean, take a chestnut. It doesn't just
Man.
say, oh, beg pardon, sir. There's no other time for a jolly bit of window cracking.
I mean, if they did, you wouldn't need a Geico claims team that's available 24/7. But, near as I can tell, chestnuts don't talk. Or maybe they're just really quiet.
Geico, your claims team is here for you 24/7.
Well, things to do.
Luis says the O-line looks really
I'm very excited to be seeing them again.
I have to go back
expensive today.
and I'm pretty sure there's pee in it.
This is my first blind date. I feel like
I mean, it ain't really the dudes who got paid that's messing up on the offensive line. It's Blake Hands. I mean, what do you want us to do about Blake Hands? He's not really supposed to be out there. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, he's your third string tackle. He looks like a third string tackle. Got another super chat here from Dylan, who says, I think I'm going to throw up. All right, man, be safe.
Adele, one night only, with a special interview by Oprah Winfrey tonight on CBS.
Download the NFL app today.
Cleveland Browns went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Patriots took over, went 6 plays, 47 yards.
I don't think the defense has made – I think the defense has only made one stop.
Baker Mayfield had his on. Helmet nowhere near him.
There's some real babies and trolls in the chat. Yep. Thank you for the super chat, Chris.
By Brandon King on special teams.
This defense for New England, which is key to their rise and their winning streak, continues today. Kyle Duggar with the interception early. Dietrich Wise forcing the fumble. Lawrence Guy, Dietrich Wise splitting a sack. And then Matthew Judon initiating another sack for himself. Patriots team's been quicker to the ball the entire game. And look at this offense for Cleveland. Nothing like what we saw last week in Cincinnati.
Sly, Mac Jones had a backup running back, no problem. We get coached. We got out-coached so bad. Yeah, I mean, it's Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and you laid it out with Mayfield. It's a right knee injury. His return is questionable. He does not look like he's going back in this game. He's on the sideline, kind of flexing that right knee. So something to monitor throughout the week for guys who kind of playing it.
Case Keenum will toss it to Jarvis Landry and gives himself up just short of the 30-yard line to Kyle Van Noy. It is enough for a first down.
And it's a smart play by Kevin Stefanski and crew. Baker Mayfield, as we all know, would go back.
Honestly, do you see this as a playoff team? Not as they're playing right now, no. Like in this game, no, not how they played. The game how they played last week, yeah. We'll see, man.
Johnson has room. Rips through across the 45 for a first down. Joanne Williams grabbing down low to make sure he didn't bust out of there for a touchdown. 18 yards on the catch and run. When we asked Kevin Stefanski about facing New England, he said, it's always a unique challenge. They rarely, if ever, beat themselves. That's something that we've tried to harp on with our guys. A jump over the quarterback. Barmore couldn't get there, and it's incomplete.
Oh, gosh.
Barmore thought he had a guaranteed sack.
Second and 10.
Now, I don't remember seeing that vertical from Christian Barmore at either the combine or...
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think somebody just jumped over.
Athlete, but how about this? How often do you see him go over the top? Good job by Case Keenum, able to drop down and make it.
Slippery Case Keenum.
Barmore earlier in this game. This young man is really coming on for New England and giving him excellent play. The numbers may not wow you, but when he's doing down.
All right. Josh Rodgers really go from here. It's hard to find major holes on the roster. Do we just need more cohesion, or do we need to make some other changes? Let's see where they end up at the end of the year. It's all going to depend on that.
With Godshaw and Guy and Wise, who will shift inside, outside. You mentioned Barmore and his improvement and the trust they have in him. He's seeing more playing time as the weeks go on. And just how this team is rounding into
Max with the super chat. Browns receivers are playing like they are scared.
The NFL has to be on alert because this is a New England team that's showing that they are for real. As we're in mid-November, and with each week that goes by, we inch closer to the playoffs. With Bill Belichick and this staff and the experience, they're going to be a factor here.
And a young quarterback who gets better every week. One of the things that I've really harped on in the last couple of weeks is his numbers weren't what they were before. But you and I were in Los Angeles, you, myself, Evan, we were in Los Angeles.
See what they do here on 3rd and 7.
But when they needed that drive down the
This has not been an entertaining game to watch.
he knows how to get himself back right.
He's going to throw that thing up. And did he get it? Nope.
He was trying to hit Rashard.
And they're going to go for it. So why not?
Including
looks like Adrian Phillips, 21. Ball's right on target, but because you're getting all that extra pressure, J.C. Jackson there, that's hard to get your arms.
Yeah, it's double coverage.
The thicket of arms that the Patriots put in there. See? Right there. Phillips has an arm in there on Higgins. Jackson on the other side, he can't get his arms up to catch it. And Phillips, 21, he's one of those defenders that's helped make them great this year as the season has gone on and maybe not gotten the credit he's deserved.
He told us, we knew we had a good team in training camp. We just had to learn how to win. It takes time. And the patience is paying off. 4th down and 7.
There you go, 1st down.
Jones inside the 35. So this drive remains alive for Cleveland. Jalen Mills there defensively. Cover 16 yards.
And that's a really good catch because that ball was a little bit behind him and he's moving his body in the opposite direction. Good control enough to pull it down and get the 1st down.
And the first catch of the day.
There's going to be a timeout.
Jones, who has been performing
New
at a
England.
high level.
Can we tell both coaches whatever they could do to make sure this game doesn't last longer than it needs to? Please do that. Come on, the decision's already made. Well, this game has been decided. You know what I mean? So let's not drag this thing out super long. Take a bunch of timeouts. Ugh. Steelers just tied it up with the Lions, by the way. We'll be right back. Browns can't let us have fun for 2 weeks in a row. Nah, it's too much. Can't give us that. Can't give us that. How you doing, Mama? Somebody said epic comeback starts right now. 31-point comeback in 9 minutes? That'd be impressive.
You might say that to all your players.
It's funny when you said that because that went through my mind. Like, Cleveland players are going to hear this and some of them. He told me I was.
Jarvis is smooth like that.
Yeah, but with you, I mean it.
2nd and 1. Down to 9:38 to play here in the 4th. Case Keenum in for Baker Mayfield, left with a knee injury. Bobble and caught by Bryant. So, weak set of downs for Cleveland. They will be home for Detroit up next, then at Baltimore. That's one of these games where you looked at the record, you said, could play a role down the stretch. These two teams are tied or in the thick of it. Well, certainly New England now is going to have the upper hand in the head-to-head. Handoff, Johnson. He's hit from the side, brought down Gottschalk.
Second ago.
The damage on the interior.
And by record, you would think, okay, you get right next week against Detroit.
DB Dog says, okay, we are still 5-5, still in it as a former defensive back. I know what this type of game feels like. Landry is still hurt also. It's about how we bounce back. Yeah, that's true. Thank you for the super chat.
Second and goal for the Browns. Keenum out of the pocket, trying to buy time, and Keenum will stop out of bounds. Pressure from Jawant Bentley. NFL Today update. We send it to New York. Coach Cowher.
Yeah, Mike Evans is going to take his 40 yards from Tom Brady, his second touchdown of the day. They cut the lead from
This is
Washington.
the Bucks about to lose.
Missed the extra point there. Let's take it back to Ian, Charles, and Evan.
All right, Coach. 38-7. New England in front here. Cleveland facing a third and goal. From the gun. The veteran Case Keenum.
Jarvis Landry caught the timeout there. Jarvis tried to call the timeout.
I'll back it up as Keenum is getting the play signaled in through his headset in the helmet after the delay of game for the Browns. Penalties have been an issue for the Browns this season. Third in the NFL, entering action with 64, 27 pre-snap penalties, which was number 1 in the league.
Are they debating whether that timeout was called or not?
Discussion here for John Hussey and company.
Trying to see if Cleveland got a timeout in before the delay.
They did, but I don't know if it was acknowledged.
The discussion on the field was whether number 80 of Cleveland had called timeout prior to the delayed game. After discussion, we determined he did not. The penalty stands. Third down.
Wow. Normally, the after discussion usually leads to we've discussed it and we've agreed. But this time the discussion led to no.
That felt like Judge John Hussey there, didn't it?
A little bit.
Just gavelled it out. Let's get back to the proceedings.
It's also 38-7. The throw hurried because of the pressure, and Keenum had to get rid of the Judon.
Yep.
Again, working his way towards the quarterback.
And he is very recognizable by his play. Now that he's moved to New England, you see how he's added the red sleeves to it as well. And that's becoming he is a menace to quarterbacks.
He didn't drive
now.
No, didn't drive Keenum. That's why there was no call.
Knocked him back.
Yep, he made contact, but then pulled back.
Did not lift legs, drive, shoulder into him, as you pointed out. Good no call.
Fourth and goal.
4th and goal. Underneath, Jarvis going to get tackled there, and they're going to get the ball to 5. Woof. It's about what it's been for the Browns, man. This is one of them, take this, wrap it up, and throw it away. 4th and 1. Oh, he got it. Yeah, we're going to switch to this Lions-Steelers game. Tied with the Lions having the ball at 9:44. They just converted a 4th and 1.
That's a nice job by Jason Kabinda, because you're going to see right here, there's a play. I think it's Isaiah Buggs, 96. See if he's under the backfield right away, right at the point. Yep. I mean, he's got good contact on Jason Kabinda. Bindi is able to bounce off and get enough for that first down.
Quincy call and it pays off, converting on fourth. And short after that penalty on the punt. And going nowhere. Swift will lose yardage as it locks Highsmith. Now it's got to him running down.
And it's one of the other things where you wonder if the guys
It's been a rough one.
are really worried about Jared Goff bootlegging and throwing with that injury on the back. Because watch Alex Highsmith. He's down short. He is not worried about bootleg right there. He's coming down to squeeze that run.
Not worried about Goff.
That's true.
Pilgrims in about Goff running himself or even throwing. It's a loss of 5.
And 3rd and 15 for the Lions.
And Jonah Jackson is pulling on this play. Side. There's number 42. You can see him stepping up. James Pierre, just get up there and pull the trigger on that.
Joe Hayden is out. Pierre playing more at the corner spot because of an injury to Hayden. Now 3rd and 15. Lions going backwards after they caught a break on contact with their punter and then converted on a 4th and short. Delay handoff to Swift. It's got a long way to go and it's 4th down. Minka Fitzpatrick made the tackle. Let's check in with Carissa.
Thanks, Chris. Bucks down by 10 early in the 4th, 3rd and 3.
Handoff for J.J. Taylor. He drives.
All right, let's keep watching this. They put in Brian Hoyer yet? Yeah, they put in Brian Hoyer.
198 yards, 3 touchdowns. And we asked him about.
And Mac Jones had a great day today.
Rough stretch. And he said, it's kind of like Men in Black. After a bad series, you got to take out that memory eraser, and then you flush it up, and you move on. Tommy Lee Jones knows what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. And we all wish we could have some memory eraser.
Second down and 8. Play up in the air. Ringo is caught.
Is that D. Milner? Who is that?
Over the shoulder grab. We've seen Harry in there blocking for New England quite a bit. This is the first time that he has been targeted 26 yards.
And that's the type of play that attracted them to draft him in the 1st round. He was one of those high flyers, play over the top, play with physicality, which we have seen in his blocking, as you pointed out throughout the day. Now he gets a chance to catch the football again.
Justin Huron is in at left tackle, and now Owenu is at right tackle. 7 minutes to go. Taylor in the backfield, straight ahead.
It's like a preseason game at this point, right?
Joe Jackson with the stop. Let's go to New York and JB.
Hey, Ian coming up at 4:25 here on the doubleheader on CBS at Seattle at Green Bay, taking on Aaron Rodgers, who missed the last 10 days, having tested positive for COVID. And he's going against Russell Wilson.
Max says, why do the Browns play conservative when they're in the lead and New England is playing like they need to catch up and win? Honestly, New England's not playing any different than what they started this game as. Same short dink and dunk attacks, screens. They haven't changed whether they had the lead or not. Why not let them put 40 up on you?
Chased down by Delvin. So a big gainer for Kendrick Bourne, 48 yards on the catch and run.
Just look at the end. Knees down long before the ball pops free. So the correct ball on the field. Bourne trying to hold on. You see Delpit trying to wrench the ball out, but the knees are down before the ball starts to move.
Charles, New England has already had a 99-yard drive. They've had a 92-yard drive. Now they're going for a 95-yard drive. And a timeout, it appears, has been called. Unless it was an inadvertent whistle.
Too many men on the field.
Or that.
5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Goodness gracious.
Well, they haven't been able to stop them, so extra guy and get away with it. It's a heck of a strategy. Stay tuned. NFL Today update.
Oh, man, I want to take a nap.
Coach Cowell. Latest NFL scores and highlights.
Sly says Joe Woods, 390-yard drives. Yeah, his defense has been awful today. They got one stop this whole game on third down, I think. Thank you for the super chat, Sly.
One was a 99-yard interception return for Denzel Ward. J.J. Taylor met by Jordan Elliott. And looking at the raw numbers now, New England has 443 yards of offense. Cleveland has not cracked 200. The rushing yards, 186 for the Patriots. And the rushing numbers have been on the rise. Josh McDaniels, terrific game plan. The way he has coached up Mac Jones. And we mentioned Hunter Henry, what he said. The way he's learned and how they...
Got a $5 super chat from Rook who says, at this point, I want Baker off the Browns. Oh, so I can see him play for a legitimate team that isn't penalized over nonsense and mismanaged. When it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. Jacoby Myers has scored. And Troy Hill's hurt.
Troy Hill injured on the play.
And boy, did he earn it. Watch him catch it in the flat. He's absorbed the hit from Troy Hill, bounces off, and then dives for the end zone to ensure he gets in. After all these catches, when he came into the game with 131 without a touchdown.
And over 1,500 career yards, the most yards ever in NFL history.
Well, you better do the same thing to the Lions next week.
Troy Hill was so tremendous last week against Cincinnati. 2 sacks on blitzes. We're looking at him now.
And they'll bring the card out.
Oh, my goodness. And are they bringing the card out for him?
Was so tremendous last week against Cincinnati. 2 sacks on blitzes.
Oh, that's not
looking at him now.
And they'll bring the card out for Troy Hill. The celebration continues for Jacoby Myers. And the concern right now for the veteran Hill. And a cup of coffee with the Patriots, along with stints in Cincinnati and the Rams. Jacoby Myers, first NFL touchdown today in Foxborough.
Oh, that's nice for him.
All you can do is tell the truth and hope that the evidence doesn't disagree.
And the rain coming down. It's not clear enough on the screen. Fair catch.
All right, man, we back to this Lions game. Tied 16-16 with 5 minutes left. The Lions got the ball.
Coming off a bye week against a red-hot Steeler team. And Detroit gets first win of this season. They have the football.
Jackpot, baby! With NFL Game Pass. Now for just $9.99 a month.
Troy Hill is the injury.
Yeah, the scary thing about this, I haven't seen Troy move.
Medical staff came over very quickly.
Rook says, are you still going to try and die on the Joe Woods is fine hill? What are you talking about?
In a sobering moments.
Yeah, it looks like Hill's actually like really hurt.
Of the celebration for Jacoby Myers and the serious concern for the Cleveland Browns.
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it. You dunk it, dug it.
Let's see. There's a couple people being jackasses in the chat I'm trying to get rid of. No, I'm saying they better do what the Patriots did to the Browns, to the Lions next week. That's what I'm saying. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like a pretty serious injury for Troy Hill. $2 super chat. Appreciate that. All right, this dude's spamming the same stuff every day.
Is sponsored by Acura, precision crafted performance, and by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL.
They have placed Troy Hill on top of that cart. They brought in a second cart, and as we know in these situations, you're going to do everything by the book. Hill attempting to make the tackle on the catch from Jacoby Myers. Came in, helmet to the midsection, and then recoiled as Myers worked his way down the sideline. So instead of the motorized cart, they wheeled this in, and now he will be brought to the locker room for further tests. Hill, a native of Ventura, California. Undrafted free agent in 2015. And has been a part of the rotation in the secondary for the Browns this season.
He's moving his hands, so that's good.
Very well, especially in recent weeks. Kind of solidified their starting slot corner, starting nickel corner position.
.413 left in this fourth quarter. Still waiting on the extra point for the Patriots. In front 44-7. Brian Hoyer, the backup quarterback, throwing a touchdown to Jacoby Myers. And now Nick Folk on to cap it off.
Oh, man. Yeah, just need this one to end, man. This one just needs to end.
7 Pats. Remember, Cleveland scored first. It was
I think we're all just waiting for this thing to end. Wrap it up, man. There's not a single good thing happening right now.
3 touchdown drives and 90-plus yards today. That's the most under Belichick in his 22nd season as the head coach of the Patriots.
You don't let Mac Jones look like Tom Brady today.
Yeah, full exultation for Myers finally breaking the schneid.
Could you imagine if he had looked up and there had been a penalty flag on him?
No, he didn't even want to look in that direction.
Didn't even want to think about it. But this game, you know, there's been a lot of big plays, obviously. But this game is such a Patriots game. So many people doing things that were under the radar that made the big plays happen. N'Keal Harry's blocking on certain plays. You're not going to hear about that very often. You'll remember the catch. You'll remember what he did with Myles Garrett on 2 occasions for big plays. Things of that nature. See it all the time with this football team.
Oh, goodness.
JoJo Natson on the return. Tried to cut it to the outside and he spun down. Just across the 25-yard line. Matthew Slater still doing it after all these years at a high level. And all these years for New England, game number 1,000 between the regular season and the playoffs. The most games among any of the original AFL teams. 14
Yep.
to reach 1,000.
I don't know what else to say here. It's been a bad game. It's been an awful game. They've been playing terrible. I mean, you can blame one half of the team or the other half of the team. It don't really matter. Everybody stinks right now. This is one of them games you just got to shake off and play better next week, man. Unfortunately, I've had to say that a lot this year.
On Thursday night, and then home game against Tennessee. That's the weekend after Thanksgiving. A lot of smiles from Mac Jones. We talked to him about his competitiveness.
Yeah.
And it's something that he's had to harness a bit through the years as a kid, as a teenager. How frustrated he could get.
Not on Mac Jones' level because of the NFL being a quarterback, but I related totally to that competitiveness and how it was channeled, because I didn't channel it well as a kid. You know, I was that kid that my parents really
it's got to be flushed.
Hey, that's not the way we act. You know, you don't do this, you don't do that. And he had to go through a lot of that. I think we had some similarities there. But he kept the fire, just learned how to bank it the right way.
Well, he said if he made a mistake in any sport, he'd get really upset to the point where he'd react and emote. And usually, this is something that he convinced himself of. When he did that, he would play better afterwards.
Have we got that check for his coaches on that?
Sebastian with the super chat. Do you think our season is over? We are 5-5 with some hard games coming up. Absolutely not. The season's nowhere near over.
But now we see it. Remember I told you earlier, there's a lot of similarities between he and Baker Mayfield that people may not see on the surface. Because Mayfield is way more fiery. We know that about him. This young man, you don't see it the same way in how he plays. But I think the same fire burns within him.
Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Sebastian. Yeah.
Well, guys, obviously it was a sobering moment there with Troy Hill. The update, it's a neck injury. The good news, movement in all extremities. He is headed to a local hospital for further diagnosis.
Well, that's good news.
Thank you. That's
good news.
That's great news.
Obviously, it took a long time. They wanted to make sure they checked every box, and that's the way it is around every NFL stadium when you have any situation like that dealing with your team. Johnson dealt with the first wave, but then it was the second wave that got him, including Calvin Munson. And that's going to carry us to the 2-minute warning. A minute 56 to play here in the fourth quarter. And the Patriots in front 45-7. So New England will improve to 6-4 on the season. It's a 4-game winning streak. Things getting even tighter in the AFC East, but Buffalo.
Yeah, that Lions game is still tied. So we'll see what happens with that. If they lose that game, everybody's, 5 wins?
Who knows how it's going to sort out in the AFC North. Baltimore looked like world beaters, then they have a major hiccup in Miami on Thursday. Pittsburgh, obviously no Ben Roethlisberger today.
Struggle.
And you got the Cincinnati Bengals.
Is a Patriots fan or something?
Stories in the NFL through the first 6
Cool.
Now they've come back down to earth.
Open week and a big one next week for them at Las Vegas.
Keenum out of the gun on 3rd and 7. Sacked again. New England continues to get home. To Sean.
Yeah, ain't nothing going right today, man. It's just ass whooping.
And delivers.
And he's at the top of your screen working as Jedrick Wills, the first-round pick from last year. And because there's no one open down here, that allows Bauer that extra time for his second reaction move to work behind
Nobody
Wills
getting
again.
open.
Because Wills had him pushed to the outside, and in a normal situation, that ball's gone. But because the coverage was good downfield, ball wasn't gone. Second move gets to the.
All right, so that should wrap this up.
Myers, the return man, he moves all the way forward. And there's nobody back there. They're going to let it just bounce from Gillen. And he places it out of bounds. And they're going to spot the football at the 20-yard line. Coming up, bonus coverage, New Orleans and Tennessee. Titans.
Let's go look at this Pittsburgh game. Detroit has the ball back? What? How did they?
Better skin from your body wash? Try Olay Body Wash with skin.
Yeah, let's go see this Detroit game, see if they can make our lives easier.
Body wash hydrates to improve skin 3 times better. From dry and dull to firm and radiant. With Olay Body, I feel fearless in my skin.
As someone who resembles someone else, I appreciate that Liberty Mutual knows everyone's unique. That's why they customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Oh yeah, that's the spot. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty,
Liberty, liberty.
Oh, Bud Light self-referential tie.
Yeah, miserable game for the Cleveland Browns. Don't even know how to describe it. Like, it was so bad. The game was so bad that, like, that part of my brain that gets mad about stuff like this, it was so bad and shockingly bad, it just went through that part. You know what I mean? I'm just sitting here like, just not our day on that one, huh? Like, when it rains, it pours. You end up going for it a bunch of times at the end. That makes the score look even worse. Yeah, I mean, this is a very forgettable one. You got boat raced. Hey, it's been the story of the season. Great game, bad game, great game, bad game, great game, bad game, great game, bad game. Now, as far as what that means for the rest of the season, who knows, man? Who knows? The division's tight. The AFC North, the AFC race is tight. Everybody's around 5 wins, 500, or a game over 500. So we'll see. Lions trying to win this game versus Pittsburgh here. They are tied 16-16. 2 minutes left, 2 timeouts here for both sides. A field goal would put them ahead by 3.
That was way too easy in that situation. Joe Schobert's got to put a little bit more pressure on that tight zone.
I know people are going to use this loss, and they're going to point to separate things to blame it on individually as if this game was one person's fault so they can, like, hammer home their point about whatever coach, player they have an agenda about. You know what I mean? The truth is that everybody sucked today. Like, not a single soul was good. And that's why the Browns got beat by, over 35 points? Because they sucked today. Will they suck next week? Who knows? But they don't have to suck next week. This week they sucked. What reasons they sucked this bad for, I'm not really interested in. Because there's nothing that's an excuse for it. Yeah, they didn't get the practice this week. You still don't put up this. You know what I mean? This is awful. And there's not a single soul in that locker room that is not culpable for that. It's been awful all day. So, yeah, you can say it's Baker's fault, but you can also say it's Kevin's fault. You could say it's Alex Van Pelt's fault. You could say it's Joe Woods' fault. You could say it's Myles Garrett's fault. You could say, like, literally go down the list of players who did not play well today, and it's the entire team. So, you know what I mean? They just need to ball that one up and throw that in the garbage. Lions get that first down. How are you not going to give them that?
Yeah, I don't think they gave him the reach right now where they had it spot. They've got him right on the line. Let's see when he extends right here before he goes out. Yeah, see, I think he gets beyond the line there.
And watch right here, that is a first down. He is not out of bounds.
They're going to give him that spot?
Inside of 2 minutes, it would be a booth review. Our rules analyst, Mike Pereira, watching back in Los Angeles. No argument here.
All right, 47 seconds left. The Lions are driving. So he throws it out of bounds. Lions about 20, 30 yards from a field goal opportunity. No, nobody played well. Myles got a sack, but Myles didn't play well. He didn't set the edge. Got sucked in all these screens. No, they all got played today, man. Everybody got played today. Not like. Yeah, like that's why I don't even know who to blame it on. Just because, like, you can say it's the coaches, but the players played awful. Like, the execution was terrible. So I don't even know what the coaches were coaching. Oh, 3rd and 10 here for the Lions.
Fitzpatrick had a shot at it off the hands of Amon-Ra St. Brown. And that's 3rd and 10.
It's a really nice play right here because, again, it's on that back shoulder. Great adjustment right in the last second by Trey Norwood to get his hand in there.
There's a flag. And Goff will say what?
There is no foul for too many players in the huddle. The quarterback was not in. 3rd down.
So they were trying to work a substitution, and the Goff was making sure they didn't line up in that huddle. Welcome those of you that saw Washington beat Tampa Bay, Cowboys crush Atlanta. Darryl Johnson, Chris Myers,
About 35 seconds left in this one for the Lions and the Steelers. Oh, and he doesn't convert. What do you do here if you're Detroit? Do you punt?
And it's been really a running game all day for the Lions. So, to automatically try to jump into that pass game and be efficient was going to be a challenge. They did what they needed to do. They got the ball.
Chip Wills says, quite depressing. My main focus is on the leadership of this team. Stefanski's on the hot seat. Woods as well. Baker might just be average. It's crazy how we swing from these things week to week, right? Because last week y'all was telling me the leadership was great. Baker's amazing. Odell was everything wrong with the team this week. Different story, right?
That was really close. That's a fraction of a second. But that line defender was there when they didn't have possession.
Those of you that joined us a little bit later, the rush yards. DeAndre Swift over 100 for the Lions, over 200 rush yards. Missed extra point for Santos.
Yeah, the defense gave up all them points, and that's an issue. Obviously, it's an issue. But it ain't the defense. It's like it ain't all on the defense because you know what? The game changed when Baker threw that pick six. Like, that truly changed the game, and that changed how everything would be defended and everything else going with this team. So they're going to settle for overtime. So that Lions-Steelers game is going to go into overtime. Yeah, so. All right, King. I'm gonna put you on timeout because you're saying the same stuff over and over again. Yeah, that pick six, not good. Yeah. Again, man, I don't know what people are trying to take away from this other than the team played like garbage. Absolute garbage. Tristan Hollis says, can't wait to hear need to be better from the staff and player. We are approaching week 11. When does this end? Hey, you gotta go ahead. Gotta keep pushing. Oh, by the way, thank you for that super chat, Tart Trap. Raw Toast with the super chat. Says Stefanski ain't bad. It just looks like a year of film on him. Has everybody figured out his game plan? Also, 3 handoffs in this whole second quarter. Dude, they were down by like 15 in the second quarter. They couldn't run the ball anymore. Like, you had to throw it. But has everybody felt like I love when I hear this? Like, have they figured out Kevin Stefanski? The NFL's been figured out the zone. Like, it's been around for 30 years what Kevin Stefanski is running. It's not like a new concept. So, no, it's not that it got figured out. It's been figured out. It's just that, team ain't executing from a coaching standpoint or from a player standpoint. What was that last super chat? Yeah, it's the Tristan Hollis one. Yeah, is that true? Yeah, because the Browns scored first, took the lead early, then allowed 45 unanswered points. My goodness. I didn't even think about that. That's bad. That's so bad. 45 unanswered. My goodness. Yeah, I'm going to have to get rid of this boy. That's wild. Yeah, I mean, it's too late in the season to just be like, hey, they want to figure some things out. This might be what it is this whole year. Offensively, it's just been a frustrating year to watch. Up and down. Only really the one game in Cincinnati where you felt like the offense was moving like you wanted it to. And it's no mistake that, when you do have a running back over 100 yards, it's really where you point to the best offensive performances of the year. Just whatever was there last year with the offense, it's just not there this year for whatever reason. Maybe it's the offensive line injuries, but whatever was there last year is not there this year. I don't know why is that the case.
And the 51-yard field goal to tie it late. Boswell kicking off.
I think we found out the offensive issues were a little bit deeper than whatever people were saying Odell was doing to the offense. I think we found that one out, right? The issues on the offense still persisted. Sloppiness, bad red zone execution again. DB Dog says the loss was squarely on the players today. Every team has a game like this.
Overtime rules were different, but the Lions ended up winning 19-60. Remember, it was Phil Luckett. He hurt in his tackle.
Let me scroll up so I can see it.
Kicked the game-winning goal on the first drive. 10 minutes here. A touchdown wins it for the Lions.
Yeah, the loss is squarely on the players today. Every team has games like this. We scored first and let the pick kill us. Got to learn to get over that. Thank you, DB Dog, for that super chat. Frederick and April Himes with a super chat left the Browns, and I'm not advocating for firing any coaches, but at what point do you start to expect more from Stefanski? I think we are expecting more from Stefanski, and that's why we're frustrated with what we're seeing. Chosen Cartel with the $5 super chat. Been a rough being a Browns fan for about 30 years. Never been easy. Everybody always wants to jump on ship with the QB/coach, and that's always been the problem. Appreciate the super chat, Chosen Cartel. Oh, Lions got that thing in field goal range.
The Steelers wins this year by a total of 19 points. That's how close their games have been played. In fact, during their 4-game win streak, all one-score games. And Mike Tomlin figures this will be that way. On a 2nd down 7. The crowd has chilled. They'll be fired up in a moment. There's Cameron Hayward.
2nd and 7 here.
Swift squirms to the 41 and is shoved backwards.
They're at what, 3rd and 8 now? Now it's the first drive in overtime, so the field goal will not end it.
Coming in, Jamar Jefferson, the rookie, had a touchdown run but got hurt out for the rest of the game. So the Lions are down to just 2 halfbacks and 1 fullback.
Oh, what is you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, there may be. It's either a hold or a face mask, the way the official is indicating.
What are you doing, Jared Goff?
Wow. Loss of 9 on the play.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Taylor Decker coming off. Yeah.
It was Taylor Decker, who's back his first game this season. Remember, he had that finger surgery, and you see that's what looked like it may have been a face mask, but there wasn't really a grip on Highsmith. Lions forced to punt. Fox.
They might end this game in a tie.
It's going to bounce and be down inside the 20. We'll check that exact spot where the Steeler offense will have an opportunity to win the game with a field goal. On the opening drive, James Washington from Mason Rudolph, and it was 7-0 Steelers. The rookie I mentioned, Jefferson, but after this touchdown, he was injured and out the rest of the game. Ikwe, a 42-yard touchdown run, but that missed extra point by Santoso.
Yeah, that's been the difference in getting us here to overtime, and the Steelers came back at 16-10 and got 2 field goals from Chris Boswell.
That 51-yarder tied it, and the Steelers defense adjusted and shut down the Lions.
All right. Steelers now got the ball. It's been a rough week for the AFC North. The Steelers out here playing tight with the 0-8 Lions team. They're in overtime. The Browns got the doors blew off of them. And the Ravens lost to a 2-7 Miami Dolphins team. Just a rough one. So at least nobody's looked good. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Oh, my goodness. He fumbled the ball. Wow. Wow. Oh, Cam Newton's in the game? Cam started already? Did he just sign? He went from icing the game to fumbling it. My goodness. Deontay Johnson fumbled the ball.
At the 45-yard line. And worth pointing out, if you weren't with us earlier, Aaron Glenn, defensive coordinator of the Lions, said, you know, we, after that bad loss to the Eagles, the hard drive, the game tape, they buried it not just for the game, but for the entire first half of their 0-8 season. Literally, physically buried it.
Oh! Wow. What is this? This game deserves it to be ended in a tie. That's going to be on Pittsburgh. Going to call pass interference. Oh, is that Raven fans in the chat? Talking about the Browns. Like, everybody's taking an L right now. Even if the Steelers win this, they're taking an L. Jeremy says positive thoughts and good healing for Troy Hill. Definitely. I heard that he was moving all his extremities in a locker room, so that's good. Goodness gracious, Lions, win the game.
So you're trying to get into that middle of the field, that seam route, and you're going to try to get around the linebacker. So there's Devin Bush right there. So he's moving up. TJ Hawkinson, let's see if it's on the outside slip right there. Yeah, little hold. And again, if you
I mean, like,
safety help over the top, that's okay.
honestly, of all two of the other things going on in the AFC North, like the Browns getting blown out by the Patriots on the road, it's not as bad as like losing to the Dolphins, right? Like that's a little bit different. Well, at least the Patriots are a good team. Oh my goodness, man, they suck so much. Flag. Wow, that puts them in field goal range. Yeah, and if the Steelers lose this game at home to the Lions, like that's awful. Like let me. Nobody's gonna be gloating in the AFC North. Nobody deserves to be gloating in the AFC North. The best division in football really showed his ass today. Like,
It's the rule of the law. It's the letter of the law. You get down around those knees. Was he really low and barely a player in that? But it's got to be enforceable ball where you're kind of going through that. That was kind of a desperation lunge at it.
That did not look forcible. But it's a call in favor of the Lions. They deserve a break somewhere along the line this year. And on first down, Swift gets met hard before he got to the line of scrimmage. We have seen too many of those kinds of calls. I don't care what team you're rooting for. You just want them to be consistent, and guys are out there battling.
Especially when you're in overtime. You want it to be won on the field. You don't want the officiating crews to have to...
I have absolutely no faith in the Lions kicker to make this field goal if it comes down to it.
To Swift, he gets one block. DeAndre Swift shoved back when he got inside the 30, but you're in field goal range. I say that cautiously because Ryan Santoso, who was at it this week when Austin Seibert hurt his hip and went out injured, and he had played earlier in the year, had a 35-yarder in the final minute against the Ravens.
So what, 3rd and 4 here?
His first pro contract was with Detroit in 2018, and it bounced around. Time since the Lions don't play a whole lot. They've won here in Pittsburgh. Quick pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown, a rookie short of the first down. Here comes a flag.
Oh, it's another flag. Steelers are melting down here.
It's a
Are you kidding me?
I tell you, on a season like this, you reinvent ways to let games slip through your fingers.
Well, the Lions have had.
Holding. Offense number 88.
You can't do that.
Heartbreaking moments.
You absolutely cannot do that.
I don't think he has a whole lot to argue about. That's a hold right there.
That is an illustration of a hold. He's had a frustrating day.
What are you doing, bro? What? Why would you even attempt that? Like, somebody's got to tell him, like, you know, if we don't need the yards. We're just trying to set up a field goal. Whatever you do, don't toss the team yards. And he holds again. I kicked the field goal. It's going to be a tough one at Hines, and it's raining. No guarantee, man.
We'll check the exact spot, but we're looking in the neighborhood of a 48-yard field goal try on 4th and 6. Damp conditions to the open end of this stadium that's a little bit more difficult.
Gosh, we've seen so many heartbreaking finishes go against the Lions on field goals. Wouldn't it be ironic for them to get it here?
66-yarder with Baltimore that leads it. This should have never really happened.
Minnesota.
There's no way he makes this, right?
Minnesota, and they come down the field in 31 seconds.
Like, this isn't how the Lions' winless streak gets to end. This isn't how it gets to go down. Like, there's no way he's making this.
It was 52 yards.
Or he's gonna make it and they're gonna get like a false start or something like that.
Are the Lions going to get their first win of 2021?
All right, here we go. Set, kick, and a dookie scoot. Nope. Yeah. To be fair, man, that's a real tough field goal on Hines. But it wasn't even close to right. Did it get hit? No. It's just a really bad kick. I mean, he's Austin Seibert's backup, by the way. That's Austin Seibert's backup, Santoso. Looks like Austin Seibert's backup.
But there's plenty of time. 4 minutes. Steelers have a timeout. In good field position. Najee Harris. That score wins this game. And if there isn't, then we're going to put a tie on the board.
Are they gonna? Is this gonna end in a tie?
Holding penalty hurt. They made up some of that. But sometimes you create your own opportunity or put yourself in rough spots.
Oh my gosh.
We've seen a few of those all day. Harris recovers. Went down way back at the 20-yard line.
What is going on with this game?
At least high snaps that Rudolph has gathered in. And you said you got to be careful. You're playing with fire with a wet football.
Wow. Well, the ball goes straight over Mason Rudolph's head. Najee gets it, but I mean, he's going to be down all the way at the 20-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 26 here with no Najee Harris.
To Harris, who came up with the recovery, or it could have been disastrous for the Steelers.
Goodness gracious. And it's picked off. It wouldn't matter anyway. It's going to be a punt. My God, are they going to tie?
It's amazing. I've been through a 1-in-15 season, and you just week after week, you find ways not to win games. And this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. Jalen Elliott, yeah, it's a deflection. Make the play. There's been so many opportunities during this season for Detroit to make that definitive play, to get that first victory, and they've just never been able to finish it.
Presley Harvin, the rookie punter for the Steelers.
Oh, don't run into him. Good punt. Oh, my God. Almost too good. Okay, see, here's the problem, man. They got the ball at the 40, but, like, I have no faith that they're going to move this ball the required 30 yards in order to win this game. Like, that, their offense has been awful. Like,
There is no flag on the play. Okay, thanks for clearing that up.
there's only 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in this overtime period.
The Lions won a game, trailed 30-20 late fourth quarter. Matthew Stafford to Marvin Jones with 2:18 left. Lions defense forces a turnover in Bears territory. Adrian Peterson scores from the 5.
I forgot Adrian Peterson was on the Lions last year.
The Bears' final chance. And the Lions win 34-30. Darrell Bevel's first game as the Lions interim coach. They have not won since.
See, this is what I meant, man.
This is just a simple blitz.
This is what I meant. This is so bad. Free run. Chase Edmonds. 2-minute warning in overtime. Let's see if the Lions actually can pull this thing off, or is it going to end in a tie? It looks like a tie. This feels like a tie. I'm trying to think back to how I felt when the Browns were on that 0-16 run. And I'm trying to think, like, would I have been happy with the tie? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, ties suck, but, like, you know what I mean? When you done lost 8 games in a row, you know what I mean? A tie might seem pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm doing a post-game show. Probably not. There's nothing to talk about in the post-game show. Like, if there's something to talk about, there'll be something to talk about. What I'm going to do? Everybody looked awful. There's not a lot of good content in that.
Remaining in overtime. Week 10 of the NFL. Steelers win streak on the line. The Lions losing streak on the line. Big sack puts it back. A second and 23. Detroit at the 30.
It'd be like the most Lions thing to do is like throw a pick six right here.
Hesitates. Throws it. The wet football. Swift can't hang on. It's third down. Boy, when Mike Tomlin said we want to go back to old school football, we expect kind of an old school football game. I don't think he exactly had this kind of game in mind for either team.
Yeah, trying to figure out which school he meant.
School of hard knocks.
Yeah, right. I mean, right there, DeAndre Swift. I mean, it's fundamental football. Don't turn your head upfield to locate where you're going to run the football until you have the football in your hands.
A lot on the line of Lions, but the Steelers, they win this game. Not only the streak, but they go to the top of the AFC North division. Browns lost today. The Ravens lost Thursday night. Bengals are on a bye.
Uh-oh. Oh, wow, he threw it. Goodness gracious. This is an awful game. Don't tell me. Okay. Jeez. Yeah, just let's go to fourth down.
The punting unit comes out for Detroit.
Really nice job by Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 14 for the Lions. He's going to have to turn it into the defender. The ball's underthrown. Trey Norwood in great position for the interception and battles it out of the way.
Jack Fox has been busy.
Hey, look, man. I think some people are freaking out a little bit too far when it comes to this. And look, the Browns look bad. It was 45-7. Like, you gave up 45 unanswered points. It's not good. But, sometimes you roll out there and you play a complete turd. And this team's played a couple of turds. Doesn't mean the whole season's over. Doesn't mean that's how you're going to perform for the rest of the year. I mean, you can look at the Cowboys, right? The Cowboys laid an absolute turd against the Denver Broncos last week, a team that the Browns beat with a backup quarterback, and got blown out, doors beat off of them with Dak Prescott coming back. And then this week, they look pretty normal. So, you got to take the whole season in the context of all of its games. And, the Browns have not had a great sampling of everything, but the sample of 5-5 wouldn't suggest that they're like completely done or melting down. I wouldn't think that. They just played a complete turd on a game in a week where they didn't get a lot of practice, because of the COVID thing. They had to shut down the facility for a couple of days because of that. So you're missing some of your best players. Running back room short, on the road, and you got your ass beat, So not that it's like, oh yeah, it's okay, you got your ass beat, but it's just like, you got your ass beat, turn the page, and then if they get their ass beat by Detroit next week, then you got a problem.
Lions will have one remaining. Steelers still have a timeout with 1:30 to go. In overtime, the punch out after the catch. And the penalty call. Otherwise, that interception would have given the Steelers the ball. And the roughing Holding pushed them back, and they missed the field goal try. Santoso, not so on target. And then the high snap, but the Steelers recover from that. With big defense, missing on the interception chance.
By the way, this would not be the first time that Pittsburgh would break up a winless streak from a team with a tie. They did that after the Browns' 0-16 season. They were the first game of the next year. They were not the Browns' first win, but they were the first non-loss in 2018. This would be the second time the Steelers have done that. Oh, my God. They threw the ball 42 times with Mason Rudolph, and he has 200 yards. Arendal says, when we win again, we better be doing Patreon call-ins because I have so much I want to say to chat. Hard game to watch. Coaching and execution both bad. Yeah, I agree on that. About 3rd and 4 in this game that refuses to end between the Lions and the Steelers. Flat just refuses to end.
The Lions say, we get the stop on 3rd down, we'll get one more shot.
Yeah, trying to get the offense the opportunity to maybe get a play down the field, some type of Hail Mary situation for a potential field goal attempt again, or maybe a couple into the end zone.
On a 3rd down and 4. Steelers have one timeout. And they have the kicker who has shown he can hit from long distance.
All right, 3rd and 4. Minute 20, and there's one timeout left for the Steelers. They get the first down, but it's in the middle of the field. They're going to spike it. Yeah, because they need to say the timeout for the field goal attempt, right? Oof, Rudolph is terrible. Terrible.
Detroit has been aggressive all day long, and
Yeah, I mean, if the Steelers do not win this game, right? Like, as long as they do not win it, you're in the same spot you were last week when it comes to the division. Everybody's bringing each other closer and closer in. Wild card is going to be difficult. The division might be more realistic than wild card at this point. What is Eric Ebron thinking? Oh my God, are they going to choke this thing away? Almost sacked. They're at the 50. They call a timeout. All right. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this Browns defense. They come out versus a very high-powered unit in Cincinnati and shut them down last week. But then they play, a middle power average offense this week and get 45 put on them. Now, some of that 45 is artificial because by the time we got to like the third quarter, the Browns were just going for it regardless. So some of those extra points put up were just because of the field position and everything else. But, still something to be answered for. I mean, they're just very inconsistent. Oh, my goodness. What was that?
So you're going to need at least 10 yards. That'll get you a 57-yard try. 15 yards, you're more in that range. And this is the better side, the better end of the stadium, according to the kickers, with the conditions we're facing this afternoon, evening. Well protected is Rudolph. Underneath Deontay Johnson. And he can fly if he gets a block. Trying to get out of bounds, and he does.
How did they let that happen? How did they let that happen? Oh my God, he fumbled it. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a tie? Wow. That's the second time they fumbled in overtime. Oh boy. There's going to be a lot of sad people on AFC North talk this week. Wow, it's hilarious, man. That's actually hilarious. That's hilarious. Is a tie a loss? I mean, when you tie with the team that ain't got no wins, that might as well be a loss. And it's an immediate recovery. Is that Fryer move that did that? They got no timeouts, right? Get out of bounds. Oh, well, that's game. Oh my goodness. That pretty much describes today. Even when you want to laugh at the Steelers, they tie. Yeah, I mean, Miami beats the Ravens. The Browns get the doors beat off of them by the Patriots. That's about what it's been for the AFC North this week, man. Bengals had a bye this week. They're lucky. Because this is clearly not the week to be an AFC North team. Clearly. Well, at least they ain't at least they ain't gonna have a losing streak going into the Browns game. Because they did not lose this week. But yeah, man. That's hilarious. This has been that kind of a week, man. Everything's hilarious. Yeah, I don't think anybody gonna be doing any props for AFC North talk this week, man. All right, well, you know what? Just take this one, recycle it, throw it out in the garbage, man. This is a trash week. Let's go on to the next one.
Crazy game. Lions and Steelers. Here's today's surprisingly great play of the game, brought to you by State Farm. Steelers trying to get in position in overtime for a field goal, catch, fumble, Lions recover, and it ends in a tie.
Take it away, Mom.
Detroit and Pittsburgh. So the Lions don't lose. They have a tie. Steelers don't win. They have a tie. State Farm postgame is coming up for Daryl Johnson.
It ended in such an anticlimactic way, too.
Your mission. Stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis.
All right, man. I'm gonna put up a video tomorrow, and we're gonna talk about this week, and then we're gonna move on to Detroit and hopefully beat Detroit next week. But that's gonna be it for this week's stream. You guys have a great day. Have a good night.